This is Girls Night Out, the podcast.
We should just play it on a loop and do the whole podcast.
Like that.
With the song in the background.
With the yodel too.
I like
Oh
that.
yeah.
Who made that?
I did. He did.
I love it.
Thank you.
That was a good job.
Thank you. I don't know how to take that burp in between the
That
compliment,
purpose
but I will.
compliments to the chef. If we're in Europe, that's like the highest compliment you can give.
Thank you.
I'm gonna put the ball in Gavin's court today. You get to start the podcast.
Oh, why?
gonna do
Why?
it.
You trusting me?
We're gonna do it your way. I'm gonna let it go.
We're gonna
this
do it my way.
your way. Whatever you
Can
want.
I point to everyone and then
Yeah,
they say?
you could whatever you want. If you want us not to even say our names and you say our names.
No. I want you guys to say your names, but I'm gonna point to you.
Okay.
Don't fuck this up for me.
Are we
All
doing
right.
this because he started off in like a little bit of a?
I wasn't in a bad mood. I was just in.
No, it's not that.
I was not in a bad mood. I was like, let's get going.
You were a little tense.
Let's get
I
it
was
started.
tense, but
the Greek
you guys don't
rub
have a
down.
wife. You guys don't have a wife. You know. Well,
Not for
he
long.
has a wife. You can't say that. You can't say that.
I'll cut that out.
No.
But are we recording already?
Yeah.
I'm glad to see you're on the ball. Welcome to episode 63. Is that right?
Yep.
Of Girls Night Out. I'm Gavin Stevens.
Nick Tompkin.
Jordan Shear.
Patrick Coppolino
Izzy Camiso.
Manola Santanos.
That was perfect.
and Mace Galani.
And Mace Scaloni, who couldn't be here because he forgot.
He'll
Hey.
hear about this and he'll apologize another 10 times.
He missed my show on Friday as well.
Oh, yeah, but you
or our
guys
show.
are having problems.
Yeah, well,
Tense problems.
it's getting tense.
Contract negotiation.
It's getting uncomfortable.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, I have another topic I wanted to talk about. I didn't. I'll let you
You know,
guys.
can we just write it down for now so we don't forget it?
Well, we can get into it. I don't remember.
Okay. All right.
It's with the WWF. They lost a shit ton of money.
Oh, I want to know about this stuff. I love
All right.
knowing.
Well, let's talk about it. What happened?
WWE. Well, they estimated they just opened a new network and they were making a new TV deal with NBC Universal. Is that the name of the company? NBC Universal. So they overestimated the price, the value of the product. So Vince McMahon for 3 months was a billionaire.
Okay.
Then he lost, I believe, a third of that, or
All right.
2/3 of that.
Okay.
On
That's not
Tuesday,
half.
That's $350 million.
350 million he lost on Tuesday. On Tuesday, he lost $350 million because
Of his own money?
of the stock, because
Oh, okay.
and his money. So the he was estimated at $1 billion, and then the stock went down to from $19, and then it went down to like $11 to $8, 11 to 8.
19 to 11.
Yeah, and so now people are like going in, going, we need new management. They got to change this shit up because they have this new network. Where it's like Netflix for wrestling.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, so you pay $60 to get 6 months. You got to get a 6-month batch, but they only have 600,070 subscribers, which is low for that at this point. But they are telling people we have like 25 million or something like that, like audience members. So everyone thinks that's going to be people who are going to purchase their products.
Does anybody give a shit anymore about?
Right?
Do that many people really care about wrestling still?
Well, based on the ratings that they have on Monday nights and Friday nights, right? So that's
But
all
on the
based
free on the cable.
Yes, but it's still ratings. It's still like ratings.
Were they going to take it off? Like you wouldn't be able to see it for free anymore on a
No,
regular
you
channel?
would see it. They have a product that they show for free, and then they're losing money on pay-per-views. That's what they want to get rid of is pay-per-views. They want to go to subscription-based, so you get all the WWE content, WCW, all their library. It's huge, but they overestimated the value of the product based on ratings, which is a perfect example of ratings really mean nothing anymore. Because ratings don't mean anything.
Because they based it on ratings and it fucked them. They fucked it up.
over. I believe that's what it is. They based the whole thing on ratings, saying this is as many views we get. So these are the people that will subscribe to your channel on NBC Universal or NBC Universal, whatever it is. This is how much the deal is going to be worth and everything. And then they did some investigating, and it came out on Tuesday because they're a public company. They trade publicly. They got fucked.
But Vince McMahon, doesn't he, like, all his money that he has made up to this point,
He's only been a billionaire twice.
but that money is like...
Only.
Yeah.
He's
I know,
only
but
been
like,
a billionaire
he's got the
2
billion,
times.
and then he lost the money, and then this was the second time he became a billionaire.
But the money that he has in the bank is still there.
Yes, but
This
his
is like
value,
money.
the value of the company goes down. And if it was private, it wouldn't. I don't think people would be upset. But it's publicly traded, so now you have to answer to a shit ton of people. You have to answer a board of directors.
Sounds like there's going to be a wrestling match over this.
Well, they're saying they need to get new management in there and change things.
Who's
Like
the
get
man?
rid of Vince McMahon.
That's what they're talking about. He's very
Wow.
old school.
Why don't we maybe we can get the Grim Reaper to take care of this?
You mean the Undertaker?
Sorry, whatever.
It says that they would need 1.5 million subscribers to break even.
Yeah. So they're at 600,000.
I smell a Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Well,
There
what
you
happened
go.
is
Write that one down.
they were like they're in the last few months. What happened with their pay-per-views? They've been putting guys up, and they've been booed. In the Royal Rumble pay-per-view, there's a guy named Daniel Bryan's, who's like this underground favorite. He's like the big name. He's like people just cheer this guy like crazy. But they've been pushing him back because he's not the typical muscular guy.
What's his name?
Daniel Bryan. And they haven't been pushing this guy.
I was just curious. I didn't hear.
how you're like, what's his name? I have nothing to
No,
say about
yeah,
that.
I don't care.
He's an indie wrestler, and he's very popular with the indie circuit. But he's been peaking. People love what he does. And so what happened was they did a Royal Rumble, and they brought back Batista, who's in
This is hilarious.
who's in Guardians of the Galaxy. So they're doing this cross promotion thing.
So you left the galaxy to deal with this?
Yes, he left the Galaxy to do the Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble, basically, if you don't know, is 30 men enter one at a time. They fight and they throw over the top rope, whatever,
Like a gangbang.
like a game bang. Daniel Bryan wasn't in the Royal Rumble, and the audience got pissed.
Yeah.
So wait a second. This is what happened. So the audience is in the Royal Rumble. When Batista gets in, they're chanting his name for waiting for Daniel Bryan. They booed Batista, but when they get to Rey Mysterio, who's like a fan favorite, they start booing the entire pay-per-view. They just booing. You can't cover it up, right?
Right.
So the whole thing is just the bus. It's just fucked. So they have to go back and look at the whole their structure and everything. So they had to change it at
Ground level.
WrestleMania
Okay.
and change the title run. So basically, what they've been doing is running their company shitty.
But whose fault is this?
It's Vince
Vince
McMahon,
McMahon.
old school thinking,
Uh-huh.
old school, not listening to because they think the audience is stupid. They think the guys that know everything about wrestling, the guys that love it, they don't play to them. They think they're stupid.
They are.
What are you guys laughing at?
Because I saw him put his finger up, and I knew he's going to be. Yes, they are stupid.
Well, they might be. They're probably idiots. But
Oh, get out of town.
but I'm a wrestling fan.
Yeah.
And it's like it's the same thing as like we deal with it in our industry when they don't listen to what the audience wants to hear. They listen to the audience doesn't give a fuck.
So he wants a streaming service.
Yes, they need a streaming.
That doesn't seem that old school, though. That seems like he's being progressive. He's wanting to.
But that's the company. That's not Vince McMahon. Vince
Okay.
McMahon is just the COO of the company, not. You know, it's
not the
publicly
CEO.
No, it's not. But well, he doesn't own it.
He doesn't
anymore.
own it?
He doesn't own it anymore.
Oh.
He probably owns the most in stocks,
Yeah.
but he doesn't own it.
So what? How is he being old school? He doesn't want the streaming service to be successful.
He's not listening to the audience, the majority of the audience. He wants to push the face, the John Cena, which is like the. I know it's stupid to talk about.
No. I just John Cena reminded me of this YouTube video I saw of some kid that is obsessed with John Cena.
Yeah, I know the Hispanic kid.
Yeah.
So it's John Cena's like basically retarded people and kids and mothers love John Cena. He's very safe and he's he's that guy, but nobody fucking wants him. Everyone thinks he's fucking shit. So their product has moved to UFC. Their product's just like we had enough of this shit. We're going to UFC.
Like their sponsors and stuff.
Just their audience. They've lost all the people that used to support them because they're like, this product isn't for
They're
me
just
anymore.
catching on. It's not real. They're like,
no.
let's go to the UFC. Those
Well,
guys actually punch each other.
They know it's not real. It's that you appreciate it for whatever it is, or you do know it's. I don't know.
The story arcs.
It's all that kind of stuff. It's like there's stuff in it where you're like, that's fucking awesome. If you go to a wrestling match and you go to a really good one, it can be really fucking amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But they're like, it's just not. There's got to be an element of realism. Which is a good wrestler sell real. Like Bret Hart has sold realism in his wrestling. There's an art to it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Almost every wrestler that's like before him, they'll give him props.
Yeah. Well,
About
there's
his style and the way he did
Ric
things.
Flair, guys like that. I don't even like Ric Flair. But and there's also the element of they don't look like the people in the audience. The guys that go to see it, the UFC reflects, maybe not exactly, but they reflect an average person that fights. So it's more realistic.
So the wrestlers need to gain 700 pounds.
Well, no, if you look up Daniel Bryan, you see what he looks like. He's got a beard. He's a smaller guy. He's still muscular, still fit.
But he's not like freakishly
Yeah,
like
he's not this giant, like, you just, they're
like
tired
The
of that
Rock.
shit. Yeah, he's not like that.
What I want to know is how did it called WWE?
Yeah.
How the fuck did they survive from once UFC got so big? Like I can't believe that. Like to me, like when you watch UFC, there's like to me that's really. I'm not into watching anything that deals with sports, but that's pretty fucking entertaining
Yeah, but, like,
compared to like
WWF,
yeah.
it took a huge dip. Because it just, like, a lot of guys were just like, oh, fuck.
And there's that one wrestler, doesn't he? Didn't he do
Brock
both?
Lesnar.
He did both, right?
There's a few guys, Brock Lesnar, and then you got like guys like Kurt Angle, who's an Olympic gold medal winner, right? So he does real. He wanted to get into.
You ever
UFC.
see the one where he gets his ass kicked a bit, or he loses anyways?
Yeah, he ruptured his spleen or something like that.
But you see him like when you see like he's so massive, and when you see him like get not like taken down, basically,
Yeah.
you're like, holy fuck, this is crazy because he physically doesn't look like he would crumble.
yeah,
Like
he's done a lot of botches in the ring too in wrestling. Like he's done a moonsault off the top rope and landed on top of his head.
what?
Pushed his neck in.
What?
Like he jumps off the top rope backwards, flips in the air, but he missed the land and he pushes his head into the thing.
Oh,
He's had some great matches. He
his like head stuck. Like he
He
has
just
no neck
pushes
now?
in, so he
He's
lands.
like a turtle now. He's
yeah,
stuck.
if he didn't have like the what are those called?
I don't know. The
Traps.
Traps.
Yeah, if he didn't have those, that guy would have been in a wheelchair for sure.
I don't know how
You
these
guys look
guys
like
do
you're
it.
done with wrestling. You
Oh, I don't care about wrestling
Yeah,
even
you
a little.
Wrestling.
Boxing is cool.
What do you know about
Everything else
boxing?
is gay.
Do you like boxing?
You don't know anything about boxing.
I like boxing.
Tell us something about boxing.
Yeah,
I
talk
enjoy watching boxing.
Who's your favorite boxer?
I don't have one.
Muhammad Ali.
Flies like a butterfly, stings when he pees.
Does it?
Very likely for me.
Disney owns everything.
Well, why don't we go deal with that one later?
Why?
Because then it's on me again.
Okay.
We're gonna talk about Disney on Ice.
No.
Okay.
I thought that'd be a good topic.
Well, if you want to talk about Disney on Ice, talk about it.
I know nothing about
See, this
Disney.
I love how you guys jump out and say boxing, Disney on Ice. Who's your favorite boxer? I don't know.
I like Snoopy.
I'm not like into it, but I like it.
Well, that's 10 seconds.
Yeah, that was good.
I like UFC more.
Yeah, I guess I haven't watched wrestling in a long time. I haven't watched
When
any
I
of that
first
stuff.
started hanging out with Gavin years ago,
Yeah.
he knows I know this. I know the guy at Sealed. I know he likes to fucking nail everything down.
Yeah.
Well, I just don't want because the cables got
Let's
busted
not start.
before.
Let's not get into it.
Guys, stop fighting, please.
He goes. I know this guy owns Sealed Art, so he's like he can seal posters to wood. And then Gavin found out about it, and he's like, "Hey, can you get these posters sealed for me? Like the giant posters?" I'm like, "Sure." And there were wrestling posters, and I've asked him 3 times before I went. I'm like, "You sure you want me to do this?"
Yeah.
Because it was gonna make them. It makes them look nice. I'm like, "You're gonna put these up on your wall?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know you're a grown up, is what you were saying, right?
Well, I couldn't believe. Yeah, I don't
got
know.
autographs on those.
Yeah.
One of the posters was the pay-per-view where Owen Hart died. So I don't know if that would have been a collector's item. And the other one, I had a couple of autographs on it.
Would it ruin it? Like,
No, I don't think so because it's sealed in.
is it like it's
Just
framed?
laminated.
Oh,
So
okay.
So it's just laminated on top, but it's like it's pressed in.
Is it on the
Oh.
wood board or is it
Yeah.
like in a frame?
It's
It's
on
in a
wood.
wood board.
Can you get it off the wood board ever?
No.
No.
Okay.
No, but it looks nice.
Look how disappointed he looks.
You want the poster to be free?
Oh,
I want the poster to be free.
I got it. I used to get tickets to like Monday Night Raw all the time, and then that was our first date. That's where I got my wife and I went to see.
She was into wrestling too, though.
Yeah, she liked she liked it on a level like JP liked it, like it was all DX and shit like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then but we went to watch it and we watched Stone Cold beat up everybody, and then we met Road Dogg and Billy Gunn.
How'd you get the wait? How do you get to meet them?
Well, we were in we got a press box. So we got, was it Skydome? Yeah, it was at Skydome.
Well, how much does that cost
It
extra?
was free. My manager used to work with the guys from WWF. Connections.
Cool.
Do you ever
So-
think about becoming a wrestler?
No,
What would your wrestling name be?
I never thought about
Let's
becoming
think
But
about
if you
that.
had to be a wrestler
If I
now,
had to be a wrestler now.
yeah,
Let's
what would it be?
Pretend that you could do it.
Kevin Stevens.
No, you can't go Gavin Stevens.
Why can't I go Gavin Stevens?
It's just too bland.
Yes,
It's not bland. That's my name. It's my mom likes.
it's really boring. Is it
Okay.
recording?
Yeah, it's back on now.
Okay, my name?
Yeah.
Pepsi Vuvuzela.
I like that.
Vuvuzela?
Yeah, Vuvuzela. There you go. I did the Usual Suspects thing. Pepsi, and I saw the Vuvuzela over there.
Perfect. I like
That-
it.
Thank you.
Might be copyright infringement, but we'll deal with it.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm sure you could.
Or the
Well-
Wizard of Pepsi.
Wizard
I don't know why.
Pepsi.
Like,
No,
I
we'll
don't
pay.
Like
We'll
Pepsi.
we'll pay Pepsi.
Yeah, we'll pay Pepsi. Awesome.
Pepsi. I'll have a Pepsi.
What do you mean, Matt Serena?
So we have to pay Matt Serena.
Don't have Coke? Pepsi, fine.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Give me a double.
Give me double.
So, what would be your signature move as the
Oh, Jesus
Pepsi
Christ.
Venezuela?
It's a
Venezuela.
I don't know what your name is.
Vuvuzela.
It's not
Vuvuzela.
good enough. It's not.
Vuvuzela.
Pepsi Venezuela.
It's too complex.
I like Pepsi Venezuela actually,
Venezuela.
or Pepsi Sinclair.
Pepsi Sinclair.
It's like Homer Simpson's Busty Sinclair when he wanted
Why
to
did he
change.
come on, dude?
What? That's what he wanted to change.
We
Marty's
had a
to.
name, and you just had to.
Pepsi
Shit,
Jenkins. Pepsi Jenkins.
That's a little racist.
What did I do?
Is it racist?
A
Okay,
little.
Pepsi.
Leroy Jenkins. Leroy.
How about Pepsi Crush?
Pepsi Crush as your what? As your name?
Pepsi Crush.
I love how you're changing every other word but Pepsi. Maybe Pepsi's
I like
the
Pepsi.
problem.
Okay, Crush.
I like the original
Crush
name. What was
Velvet?
wrong with the
Crush.
original?
Pepsi Vuvuzela.
What's wrong with that one?
They said it was stupid.
I like it.
Vuvuzela.
He says complicated.
It's
Sick.
too complex.
It's a
Okay, what about
Vuvuzela, guys.
Crush?
Vuvuzela.
Crush Cart.
How about if your name? How about just
Crush
Hall?
Carter.
Superman.
Crush.
How about Hall of Justice?
Hall of Justice. That'll be my finish.
Are you a hall though? Yeah, that's got to be like the.
The Hall of Hall
You're-
Justice
you're-
Jenkins.
Yeah.
Hollow Justice.
Jerry
Hollow
Hall
Justice.
Hollow Justice. What'd you say?
Jerry Hall of Justice.
Jerry Hall of Justice. I like that. Jerry Hall. The Jerry Hall's out. That's my finishing move.
The Hall. No, the Hall of
Jerry's out.
the Hall of Justice. What's the other name?
Jerry Hall. Crush.
Jerry Hall.
No.
What?
Venezuela.
Pepsi Vuvuzela. It sounds like we're all having a stroke.
I think I'm having a heart attack. To tell you the truth, I think I'm dying.
Why are you dying?
No, I always feel that way.
So, what my finishing move?
Yeah. What's your finishing move?
My finishing move is a DDT. It's just simple.
Is that
This
like
taking
double?
too fucking
Is
long.
that like double penetration?
No, it's not. That's a DDP.
Okay.
No,
No, it's
DDT is
DP.
like whatever.
So what do you do?
Double dick pussy. That's DDP.
Double
it's-
dick
it's just
penetration.
DP for double penetration.
You should
Dick,
do DDP for your
Dick,
final.
dick, pussy. Is that what you think it is?
Dick pussy.
Another guy comes in the ring out of nowhere, and then both of you fuck that guy's asshole.
One
the
in
same
the
time?
mouth, one in the asshole.
Oh, yeah,
The announcer goes, double penetration.
Oh no! Ding 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 ding! They tap instantly.
Yeah.
They always
And the
tap.
funny thing is, wrestling wouldn't be any more gay if that happened.
Same with boxing's kind of gay too.
why? Because they kind of hold each other by the end.
And the
okay,
shorts,
for
you can
rest.
reach in and grab cocks.
Do they do that? Because they have big gloves on, and I don't think you'd be able to grab cock with a fucking mitt like that.
I'm sure
Have
you'll
you
tell us
tried?
next week.
Yeah. Yeah, I've definitely tried.
No, it is. Yeah, it couldn't be gayer if we did double penetration. DDT.
Is there a lot of gay guys
DDT.
in wrestling?
I don't know. I know there's one that's out.
Who's out?
Some dude. I haven't watched it in a long time, but some dude.
He's
Is
a
he-
newer guy.
Yeah, newer
Oh,
guy.
Gold Dust, obviously, right?
Well, he's not really gay. They made more. It's more making fun of homophobia. He's on that bridge of it. Like it's more homophobia.
Isn't the whole thing just so campy, though? The whole presentation.
It's changed, but it
What's
was.
the word campy mean again?
It's
like
over the
gay,
top.
but not like gay homosexual, just like
Yeah, it was very
ugh,
cartoony.
it's so
It-
campy.
It
Campy,
was, but
yeah.
it's changed over time. When ECW came out, they wanted a more real product, so they changed it because of all Nirvana and stuff like that. So they wanted to get away from all that. So that's changed the industry quite
But
a
like,
bit.
it doesn't ruin watching it, knowing that it's all.
No,
planned
because
out.
it's like watching a play. It's watching well, it's not like watching a play, but it's once you know it, you see what's happening and you understand it. There's some really good matches. There's some really good stuff.
But how could it?
because
I
they
don't know. I
don't
just
know
see
the
people who-
they still don't know the outcome
you
because
know,
it's all scripted. So it's like
Yeah, but you know it's scripted, so it's not like like on UFC, like you
But
might
it's like
bet
watching-
on who's going to
it's like
win
what's your
based
favorite
on
TV show?
It's
physical
like watching
things.
a TV show.
What's your favorite TV show?
Do they have choreography?
It's like a soap opera.
Like Louis, right? You like that show, Louis? That's scripted.
Yeah, it's like a scripted show.
Yeah, but Louis
Right?
doesn't
Yeah, but
pass itself off as
I was
trying to be
never,
unscripted.
Yeah, I was never under
Well,
the impression
wrestling doesn't
of,
do that either.
But they
haven't
did for a
done-
long time.
They did,
They did.
but they haven't done that since the 90s.
Because people were like, "This is clearly scripted. This sucks," and they're like, "Yeah, you got us."
No, because they were getting in trouble with the steroids. So they said, well, no, we're sports entertainment, so they can't get sued for steroids.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
That's super interesting.
They had a lot of
There's this
court cases
old
of steroids.
interview.
Who was suing them?
They went to
Earth.
court for
Earth or so.
the Earth, Wind, and Fire. Actually,
Oh,
all three of
the
them.
whole band.
The whole band.
They sued them for
Yeah,
steroids.
they're like this. This has got to be steroids. Get the keyboards. We're going in.
Dun, 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 dun.
Get the guitars.
The jury's just the woodwind and the brasswind section.
Exactly.
There's this middle, like this guy was probably like 40 years old. I saw it years ago. I was like a kid. I was like probably a teenager when I saw it. I think I saw it on the news. But the guy's like interviewing a wrestler, and he's like, "Oh, so it was like a big deal for someone to say this. Like, so wrestling's fake, eh?"
Oh,
the
and
rest-
he knocked him out.
No, not that one. That's
No,
another
that's
one.
Dr.
This
Schultz.
This one,
Steve Schultz.
the guy goes, "I don't know. Is this thing? Just
Yeah.
tell me if this is."
I'll tell you the story. What happened behind that,
But he goes and he's
and I'll tell you what happened to him too.
Okay, is this what happened? Like he goes, "Oh, is this fake? Do you think it's fake? Tell me if you think this is fake." And he goes and he grabs him like from underneath his legs and he lifts him and what is this called when you just slam them
The
down?
body slam.
He body slams him right there, and the guy was like, "Ugh," like he's like basically paralyzed instantly and like kind of crawling away.
Well, that's what wrestlers had to do when they were saying it was like real. You get smart marks. That's the whole. Like, that's where wrestling came from. In like the 20s, you get guys who would challenge a guy in the ring and say it's fake, and then they hook you and they like break your arm or something in the ring. There's the guys that are legit tough guys that can break your arms, like
Right.
Stu Hart.
So what
could
happened?
hurt you.
But what happened in that interview?
So basically, every wrestler at the time, there was if you challenged and said it was fake, like you went up to a wrestler and said it's fake, they'd have to hurt you. They would have to hurt you.
Back then,
So yeah, that doesn't happen
Do
anymore.
they feel bad about it?
No, it's just they're protecting it in their head. It's protecting the business.
Hurting other people?
Well, if you said it's fake, they gotta go. No, it's not fake, and then they hurt you.
And then they're like, oh, sorry, it is fake.
No.
20 years later when it all came out?
Yeah, when it all came out. Well, what?
You saw it to everybody that got their ass kicked in the street. Like, hey,
Andy Kaufman calls you and says, "Sorry about that. Was fake."
Well, Andy Kaufman got smacked in the face too, right?
Yeah, but that was all. They were both in on it.
Yeah,
That was
well,
genius.
Steve Schultz, doctors, what's his name?
Dr. Scholes?
No, I forget his name. Steve, whatever. Anyway, there's an interview with that guy from NBC, and he says something. He says something to him like it's fake, and he smacks him in the ear, and he ruptures his eardrum.
Okay, I remember
And he
that one.
says like Vince McMahon told him to do it, and then they separated himself from that guy. They
they let him take the fall.
Yeah, they let him take the fall,
Oof.
and then he got fired and shit, and you never saw him again. But he ended up in Puerto Rico, and he got some wrestler stabbed him in the shower with a flagpole.
What?
Yeah,
What flag was it?
I don't know, maybe Puerto Rican. I'm guessing.
But why? I guess you don't know.
Hey, it was his asshole. Probably an asshole. Probably on drugs.
There's a lot
Probably
of-
old money.
There's a lot of drama in wrestling.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
seedy shit. A lot of guys are broke.
And it broke.
Yeah, end up broke.
Really?
Injured and broke, yeah.
A lot of professional athletes end up broke.
Yeah, there
Well,
was
the-
a cool like independent movie. I think it was called Off the Rope or something like that. It had that Mick Foley
Beyond the mat.
or Beyond the Mat. That's what it was.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Jake the Snake.
Yeah.
And he's like heroin. Fuck,
He's
that
actually
guy's like
cleaned
the
up.
craziest story.
He cleaned up.
But I mean, like, just the story of that
Yeah,
guy's
his
life is
dad-
fucking intense.
Yeah,
Like,
because he's like he's a baby of rape,
yeah, his dad raped his wife's sister.
which is his like sister, but it's his mother or something like
Whoa.
that.
Technically
yeah.
his aunt. Yeah,
Yeah, something like that.
And then he
His mother's something. Yeah, it's a weird thing.
it was like his mother's
Yeah,
sister. Or
yeah.
wait, what? I don't know.
Something like that.
'Cause it would be his mother.
It's creepy.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's all creepy.
It was rape.
Yeah, it was rape.
It
And
doesn't
he's-
matter who got raped. Somebody
someone got
was raped and he was conceived.
And then he's a wrestler too. That guy was a wrestler.
the dad?
Is that
Yeah.
the only? Would that be the only person in the world that might be like when you hear people like rape is wrong and that the guy was raped because of, it's like
I'm here to say no.
Although how his life turned out, he's probably like, yeah, this is wrong.
Either it's like he's gonna be traumatized. So yeah,
It was for sure rape,
Maybe.
yeah. Apparently, it
or
was.
it was the easiest way to not get your sister to hate you. Tell her that your husband raped me.
What was that?
I don't know, I
Was it
wasn't
real rape?
there. I'm not in the family.
Yeah, I don't know.
Opposed to like, yeah.
I wasn't. This was in the movie. I don't know. I didn't do the lie detector test or anything. I don't know Jake.
Just
He doesn't
end
come
up on
by.
Maury.
Like, I don't know if it was rape or not.
So
But-
wait, that's the worst thing that happened to that guy? He was born?
I don't know.
Yeah, he was born just abused growing up and shit.
Yeah, he's big drug addict.
Doing like shows for like just like a vial of crack.
Yeah, yeah, he was pretty bad. But he's got cleaned up.
Nice.
He cleaned up in the last
Well, I think
year or
he'd probably
so.
be dead if he didn't.
Him and Scott Hall.
Only a year ago.
A year and a bit. He went to DDP's program.
This
There is a
the
DDP.
double dick penetration
dick
program.
and pussy. Dick pussy.
Did
Dick pussy.
I don't know what I was gonna say. The
Say
dick
it,
pussy
say
threw me off. I do not remember it at all.
Okay, yeah, he went into DDP as he does motivation and helping clean people up.
Oh, is he still doing shows? Was he gonna?
Oh, Diamond Dallas Page? Is
Yeah,
that?
Diamond Dallas Page stopped wrestling and became a motivational. He does yoga and stuff like that.
Oh
And
wow.
he fixed these guys up.
Gay.
I know a wrestler who does yoga and is now a motivational speaker.
Who?
Zach.
Oh, Zach.
He's going on tour.
He's
as a
wait.
motivational speaker.
What?
He's doing a one-man show.
No, he's going on tour now
Okay,
with schools.
good for him.
What?
He was saying something about being homeless. Facebook.
Yeah, it's because I kicked him out of my apartment. No, because I'm moving.
What? Well, you're
He's-
moving. You moved.
I thought
Yeah,
he
he-
told me he was
Do we
moving out.
really want to talk about Zach?
No.
No. What's next? What's next?
There was a high school who they want to start instituting a
That's good.
breathalyzer
Yeah,
for their prom. Well, they want to breathalyze the students before they let them into the prom.
because they have bad breath.
Where is this first off?
I don't know. I just heard on. I was listening. I
You
heard
got
on
shitty breath?
on AM radio. I just heard it was the top. They were talking about it. And I thought that was an interesting topic.
So it is a high school, not
I don't know if
like
it's
a
an
grade
American
8
or
prom.
That makes
Canadian high
sense.
school,
Wait,
but
there's no grade 8 prom, right? It's just grad.
No,
it's like high school.
High
Prom.
school prom.
Yeah, it makes
high school.
sense. Because how old do you have to be to drink in the States?
21.
Well, even here it's
21.
19, so it doesn't matter.
But
Yeah, so it makes
why not let them in if they're drunk? If they're not selling booze inside, they're only going to get
Yeah, but
less
there's also
drunk
there's
the
also
longer they're in
no,
there.
people bring booze. I brought a flask.
there's also
Well,
that
you're not
thing,
gonna. You can not drink beforehand and sneak booze in. How's
This
the
is the
breathalyzer
thing.
going to
But
stop
there's
that?
also the thing if you leave the school and you're drunk and you get in a car accident, school can get sued.
Or are they going to breathalyze you on your way out too?
Probably.
No,
No.
I don't know.
Wouldn't that make more sense?
No, you breathalyze.
That
before you
actually
get in.
would make more sense.
You breathalyze them before you get out. Maybe
Kids,
they are.
like,
Yeah, but
going
what if
out
I
windows.
sneak
Maybe-
booze in? I'm clean going in, but hammered coming out, and then I drive and kill somebody.
But they have limos for prom anyway. So
Yeah.
Driving's not. It's not a bar. Driving is not the issue here. What I'm trying to figure out is
Why
Like-
wouldn't driving be the issue? You telling me there's no car accidents because of prom? You telling me zero drinking
that's
and
exactly
driving?
what I'm telling
Okay,
you,
I
Gav.
didn't know the statistics.
I
didn't have
I
them.
looked
You
it
have
up.
Them. I don't.
I
Not
looked it
a
up.
single
That's a
car
type-
accident has ever been because of alcohol.
No.
the only deaths from
Sorry.
prom are unborn fetuses.
I didn't know. See, I didn't know you.
Ooh.
Why are you saying ooh?
No, I said,
Prom
oh,
night
like
dumpster
snap.
baby.
What I'm trying to say is like
It's crazy.
It's okay.
obviously this is a situation.
Are you
that-
saluting me?
Yes. Yeah, the situation is that now if they do it, I think they did it this once. That means everybody goes in stone sober, right?
I think that's what. I think it might be more scare tactic.
smoked out.
No, but
weed.
they have to do the
There you
breathalyzer
go.
before they go in. So if everybody that's in there at that point is sober,
Yes.
so as drunk as they can get is only what they bring now,
Yeah.
like a flask. Because I would do that too.
Yeah, but I'm sure they're gonna be checking people too. I'm sure it's not just like breathalyzer. Okay,
I bring,
no. Why would anyone bring
buddy,
stuff?
you put a flask, you like
I got
like,
pat
yeah, but
down.
Yeah.
I see where
In
they're
your
patting people
balls.
down.
Yeah.
Why would anyone bring anything?
Thank God your
Just
uncle
check.
didn't pat you down.
Check your balls.
There's
There's a
easy,
what?
come over.
Balls,
I'll
yeah.
check-
There's a
I'll
will,
check
there's a
for
way.
your.
Dude, it's a fucking school.
Yeah,
I'll just all I gotta do is
they
leave
do
it in
metal
my locker.
detectors. They do metal detectors and
No,
Pat
They usually don't
times.
have proms at the
yeah,
school
they usually
though.
don't do it at the school. They
Have it
used
like a
to.
hall.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but plastic
go to a
flask.
prom.
Keep it in your back. They always
did
pat
at
you down at
some
your
point.
sides and shit. They never check that right under your neck.
yeah, but you guys are going to prom different time than these kids are going.
You're
to
telling me
prom.
one kid can't get booze in there?
I'm sure they could, But I'm sure like the numbers go down.
You
When
think
like,
the
have
teachers
threat.
bring booze in there?
I don't know. I guess the teachers get booze in there.
So it probably would work because you wouldn't get. They wouldn't be at like. It'd be a big difference. Like say you're drunk and then you go in, but even if you bring booze and you're gonna get more drunk. So now there's there's only gonna be so much drunkenness that happens.
Let me tell you something. The kids that are going to be scared that that might drink, and the ones are like they won't drink. Those are the ones you're worried about. The badasses are going to drink no matter what.
Yeah.
You know who those kids are. You know who the fucking troublemakers are. You know who's going to be drinking there. They don't know their students.
But you're saying, so what are you saying?
I'd be pulled aside. They pulled me when I was in high school. They'd pull me aside. Go, I know you got some shit.
So what's the main
At your
issue
prom?
then? To stop
Oh yeah, if they were doing this at my school.
to stop like drunk related fights or to stop kids from fucking?
Well,
I
they're
think-
not allowed
What
to.
is it?
It's
I
about
think
fun.
you can't have drink. They're not allowed to have
Getting
fun.
them ready for the world.
It's probably about them drinking.
Yeah,
I don't-
Underage
Yeah.
drinking, I'm sure, is a problem.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
probably,
but
I was watching
But that-
Tweeners. They
that doesn't
drank
make
all
any
the
sense
time.
to me.
Well,
Because like if there
underage.
was no prom that night and they're drinking anyways, how is
it's not
breathalyzing them
affiliated
at
with the
prom?
school.
Yeah, but this is affiliated with the school. They're adults. They can't encourage drinking.
It's
they're
a-
not allowed to be drunk.
Yeah, they can't.
Well, the
It's
fact that they're
illegal.
doing it on the way in and not on the way out shows me that they're just doing it so they can go, hey, we breathalyzed them all.
It's
If they actually gave a shit, you do it on the way out, and the kids that blow over, you make them stay, call their parents, pick them up or something. That makes
Yes.
more sense to me.
Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah, but you're.
Yeah.
Breathalyzing them on the way in, that's
Smart
like,
idea.
I don't know, that's
It's
like getting
school-
breathalyzed before you leave your house and go to the bar, and then you can get
It's gonna be really
hammered
hard
and
to
drive
make-
home.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they are breathalyzing people on the way. What was
I
it?
doubt it.
no, they're
You
not.
doubt
It's
it.
it's a Toronto school, actually Northern.
Toronto?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's called Northern Secondary
Mm.
School,
Don't
and
go there, that place
they-
sucks.
apparently they've had problems with just kids or students coming and being intoxicated before they get there, so they just
Maybe they have people in there like making sure no one's drinking and shit. Maybe they got fucking super watch in there. I don't know. I don't know.
The first thing that
I don't
comes
know
to my
how
mind
school
is like
works.
you can prevent someone from coming into your private property, but if as soon as you say you can't leave unless you do this, it's like maybe it becomes a
Yeah.
like a
Yeah. Yeah, you really can't trap people.
yeah.
Because you'd have to. You can't leave until you do this breathalyzer. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
You tell me I can't leave. You know,
I'm
they
gone.
wouldn't be able to stop you.
Yeah,
and
true.
theoretically, I don't know if it's.
I still think it's a better idea.
I don't think anyone can make you do a breathalyzer. I don't.
I think that's an
Cop
issue, but they
Yeah.
the school decided to do it anyways.
They probably have to make you. They probably make you like the parents sign a waiver saying
Yeah.
that they could. But I know with my DUI, if I refused to do the breathalyzer, I was basically automatically pleading guilty.
Yeah, I can see that, but I mean, like, what I'm saying is when they're leaving, how are they going to force people to do it?
They probably
They
had the
couldn't.
parents sign a release form saying that like if you want to go to the prom, you have to subject like
Is that
you
what
have-
is
that's-
that what your girlfriend told you?
Yeah.
when she was leaving the prom.
Yeah. Well, I was
Not old enough to go to prom.
I brought her.
I like to give him some.
Well, you got to set me
leeway.
up before. But yeah, no. When I took her to prom, I was her chaperone, and they're like, "Hey, you better make sure she doesn't drink too much."
Did you start a hey let's start a 3-on-3 game, guys? Jim?
What is it when you finish grade 8? Is it prom? Is that also prom?
No,
No,
it's
it's just
grad.
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 Yeah,
When I went to my fucking grad, it was the worst.
he didn't finish grade A.
Exactly. Exactly. That's why
That's
it was
why it was
worse.
the worst. I was at home.
No.
I'm 32. I'm with grade 8s. I'm like, what
None of the bitches put
the
out.
fuck?
I went to my grad. So I'm like, all of a sudden I'm this guy that's at the grad that, because I was in special ed for 4 years. So I had no interaction with all these people from grade 8. No one, like, all of a sudden, like, who's that guy?
But you actually graduated?
Yeah, I still I still had to go to. I actually
from coloring
graduated.
class.
I graduated because I was willing to go to this school called Albion to grade 9. So I graduated, even though I fucking just did 4 years of special ed.
So you graduated.
But you went to high school right after?
Yeah, yeah, they
Do you
called
have
it
a-
knowledge college, but yeah,
You
everybody used
didn't go to a normal high school?
Do you have a certificate?
yeah.
Okay, so you
So I
graduated.
graduated,
Okay.
right? But it was like now I'm in like there's like
Just imagine you didn't
Say there's like
graduate. And you
200
got to go back to school and do all grade 8 over again.
Billy
That'd be a
Madison.
fucking awesome movie.
So, is your brother older or younger?
he's older.
Okay, so they gave up by the time you were around.
Yeah, they.
Everybody gave up.
Is it just the two of you? Or do you have any other brothers or sisters?
Just the two of
Have you
us.
seen him? Why would you have more after this?
Well, I don't know. You get when they're like 1 or 2, you don't really think, and you're like,
Oh, you know 1 or 2 when you
Knowledge.
get this thing.
When I went to Albion for 2 years, it's
It sounds like a drug you take for depression.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
well,
Actually, I'm
Albion.
in Albion right now.
Albion. What do they call it? Like secondary school or something like that?
Knowledge college.
But it's like what it was. Is
Wait a
like,
second. You said Albion secondary school or something? High school. That's what high school is.
no, but it wasn't like a regular high school, right?
Okay.
It was like everything was. There was like you know in the well everything like math and English would be like
Nerf. So no one could hurt themselves.
it'd
They
be
use the safety scissors with the squiggly designs.
I love those scissors.
It's all the pens look like that one.
You get in a regular high school you get it would be either general or advanced,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, well, they
So-
changed it to academic
Applied.
and applied. Yeah.
So in Albion, which is like the same as Parkview, if you know about that one too, it was basic. It was called
Yeah,
basic.
we had basic. There was basic,
But there was-
general, and advanced.
No, ours only had basic.
you had no choice.
There was no like
Just
no.
following the-
I'm like no. I want it harder, sir. It's like no, this basic, only basic.
We can only go easier.
Yeah. They were like so it was like all these there was all these
Got basic and
so-
goldfish.
so there was still math there was still math, there was still English, there was still geography, there was all the regular, but it was like all basic, right? There was history, all of it, but then there was 10 shops. And that's where they wanted you to
So they're trying to build the blue collar workers of
Yeah.
the future
say it was like
Don't teach them morals, but teach them how to operate heavy machinery.
and throw women down hills.
auto
Yeah,
body,
that's-
auto mechanics, fucking sheet metal.
So it's basically, it was like, how do we repopulate Hamilton? Out of your school. How do we make Hamilton?
And it was all guys, right? It was
Oh,
just dudes.
That's not gonna work.
No
that's
chicks.
prison. You went to
Yeah,
prison.
it's just
You went to
dudes.
Shawshank.
Was there actually no girls there?
No,
That's what he said.
No, but
Briarwood.
like I'm assuming like
there was
there
a
could be
school
two
like
girls.
ours, but it was Briarwood.
Were you
It's
guys
called-
just looking
so
out
we
the
had
window
dances
jerking
with
off?
what?
Were you guys just staring out the window at Briarwood jerking off?
No, it was like far away from us. The school. There was like they came to our dance. We had dances sometimes.
Oh, that must have been amazing to watch.
Oh, I went to one. I was there for 10 minutes and I left.
Why? What happened?
It was just like there was like 20 people there.
Did you
I
have
think.
a big collared shirt, like with one of the big ones in your eye still bugged out?
My eye situation I was just getting over it. Like it was just going back in my head. And
Like the Wonder Years for you.
but if you got, this is what was hilarious about the school. If you got like 60, like so for math, if you got 60%, I think 60 or 65% in
Yeah.
the class, you didn't have to do it. You didn't have to do exams. You know how there was exams?
That's it?
Really?
Yeah.
60%?
Like if you got, I think it was like 60 or 65%. You did not have to.
Were they
do-
trying to like create Batman villains? Or the goons? It's like goons
He's
for
too
Batman
high, yeah.
for villains.
I'm not lying, for real.
That's
so
all.
this is the crazy part.
60%?
If you were like, if you had like 45%, which a lot of kids would end up, because no one did their work, no one did anything. So all of a sudden, like when it came to exams, I was like, fuck, I just got to get. If I don't pass the exam, I fucking failed math and blah blah. Like they were like 50% or under. So if you were like 60, I think it was either 60, 65, you did not have to write the exam.
Yeah.
So I swear to God, because by the time I got there, I started trying a little harder.
Yeah.
Right. But even though it was, well, fucking, I don't know. It's like, what am I like? I had,
You have no distractions.
yeah, and
Except
but
for a Rita Hayworth
it was. I
poster
think
hanging in
the
the
other
cell.
part. I think why the other part why I think I was
Just got to dig your
trying
tunnel. That's it.
because it was so easy. It was brutally the work was so fucking easy that like for me it's like they
So-
like, oh, Phil, do this one. I'd be like, I'm done, and then I'd go back to talking to
Like
them.
Rain Man. Fill it out.
Like I was I was literally a
You're
genius there.
genius.
Was
Yeah.
this the
Genius
Star
of
Years?
knowledge,
You're-
college.
No, those Star Years was not still
Okay.
to come.
So you were the brown noser in high
Yeah,
school.
kind
You were
of,
like
but
the-
I still
You were the Urkel, the geek.
I was a little bit of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got beat up a lot in that school too.
Fucking smart motherfucker.
No, but I was like, I would just go back
You
talking to
piece
my
of shit
friends. I would
brainiac.
fill it out and go back talking to my friends because it was so easy.
Yeah.
And so I didn't write for 2 years. I did not write one exam.
That's terrible.
Not one exam. I never had to write an exam.
That's
I was
terrible.
I think I was the only one in the whole school that on exam day I'd just like, see you guys. I just go home.
There's
No.
the one who knows the 1,000 words. Get him.
Let me ask you a question. How's that affected you in your adult life?
In what way? What do you mean?
I don't know. How is it like? Do you see the negative or positive side?
I think I just always see the positive side in anything.
But I mean, as an adult,
As an adult, I just see I just feel like I understand. I understand. I understand troubled kids
okay,
very easily.
You can
I understand them and I can get along with them.
you can
quite
see them
easily.
coming a mile away.
Well, yeah, I just like when I was a lifeguard at Pinky Lewis
Mhm.
Rec Center. It was like there's just a lot of uncared for kids that would hang out at the rec center, and I would get along with them very easily, just
Okay.
because I don't know. I felt
You
like
get them.
I get them.
Yeah.
I get it.
Well,
dude.
that school sounds like it's trying to make you basically like it's like they've given up on you guys in that school.
Oh, they totally gave up
Yeah.
on us.
It's like you guys aren't going anywhere. You're not doing anything.
And
You have really no hope. And basically, if you get 60%, which is barely passing, because in university 60% isn't a pass, is it?
In the States, it's not.
No.
I think it is here.
Okay, so we're dumber. But no, but they're saying don't have to, like the reward is you don't have to try anymore.
Oh, actually, I would get kicked. I'd get kicked out if I only got 60.
Yeah.
oh, I know. I was
Yeah.
gonna say that one of my favorite moments of the school was there's this one science teacher. I remember like the first day of school. Everybody was sitting in the fucking gym all together, and they're doing all these like talking, trying to get the kids ready to fucking not be such bad kids, because it was all the baddest kids of all the schools in one school. That's what it was.
Jesus.
And it was jail. It was fucking brutal, dude. It was fucking
I think all high
horrifying.
school's prison, by the way.
This is
This one sounds.
They used to do
especially
it-
Oh, this one's
worse,
special.
though.
especially
science
bad.
teachers, just in case I forget, but they used to run tours from the other. There was all these little schools around. They used to
Scared
run,
straight?
yeah. They used to. I remember this sitting there. It's like they would show They'd bring like kids from grade 3, 4, and 5 or whatever. They'd bring them on these little tours through the school to show them. Oh, look how it is here.
It turned out like this.
But yeah, they're trying to pretend it was like, oh look, there's wood shop. It's like,
Look here, bitch! I just gotta get 60%. Kids crying and shit.
but yeah, but the kids.
You
So they,
come here, I'm
they
gonna make you my
Kids
bitch.
tattooing each other in the bathroom. The electric toothbrushes.
Yeah,
10
everything's spelled wrong.
10
I was here.
there'll be like 20 or 30 kids like coming through the class at once or standing at the doorway, but they all look at us with such disgust because they've been told already by the teachers, we're going to
Yeah,
show
it's
you
just a piece.
what bums are, you know?
So this is the opposite of the TV show Fame.
Yes. Yeah. And the only thing that happened at the cafeteria is you got stabbed.
There's no dancing.
This is the crazy part. The only thing that was a big deal for this school, because the cafeteria, like the students made the food, because there was a cooking
That's
class.
prison. That is
fucking
prison.
serious?
That is prison. You went to prison
If you
for
had-
high school.
Just in
If
prison,
you had
dude.
if you had cooking and everybody loved it because you got to eat for free, right? You got we cook all the food for the cafeteria.
Sorry. Go
Child
ahead.
labor.
Did you bang out license plates too?
They
No.
were getting those students institutionalized.
Yeah.
They're making them get used to that shit.
And on Thursdays, I had to do laundry.
Oh my god!
Oh,
I
yeah,
could
it
see
was
my
like,
parents every once in a while.
They got the tar on the
Horticulture.
roof in May.
Horticulture. The students had
Conjugal
to
sex was
the
the best.
The students were mowed the lawn of the whole school.
Yeah,
course.
they were getting you guys used to prison and shitty labor.
Yeah,
That's what they were doing.
I think so. Actually,
That's what it sounds like.
Welding class, someone got in trouble for making grappling hooks and then using it in a B&E.
grappling hooks. No
Yeah,
one stopped
one
him?
guy made one, and so the teacher's like, "Yeah, go ahead." And then 20 kids made these
grappling hooks.
yeah, with the
Like the
one
Batman
straight,
thing?
yeah, like the Batman
That's
thing.
Awesome.
They're
And
climbing to the
then
top of
someone got
buildings.
caught using one for a B&E, and then that was it. We were back to piggy banks. We had to make piggy banks.
Oh.
That was the
Holy
first
shit.
project in
And
welding.
then we were back to piggy.
Piggy
started
banks
with
and
piggy banks.
grappling
They're like, you
hooks.
know what? You guys have been good. We're gonna make grappling hooks.
Someone's being creative in the
You
welding
guys
shop. Someone's
abused
being
the
creative.
Grappling hooks. We're back to
We have
making
creativity.
piggy banks.
We have individual thought in the
Next week we're making Muskoka chairs.
individual thought.
Machine shop, or no,
Did you close that door up there?
what do you call it? Sheet metal. We made we in grade 11. I made it to, that was the worst part. I went from grade 9. I did so good in shops. I went from grade 9 And in grade 10, I had grade 11 shops. I was all grade 11 shops. They've never done that ever.
He was doing all the guards' taxes.
and then he
the only
got
place
beer
in my
for the
life
roof.
where I was a genius.
Yeah, you were Doogie Howser at your
But
school.
so in grade 11, we got to make
You
it
seem
cooler.
too excited for this whole thing. It's very depressing, and you're like really
It was
happy.
great.
Yeah,
No, it's,
you guys
it's-
had to be there.
But it must have been great because if Manolis is obviously not like stupid,
Yeah,
right?
but
So if
there's
you're not
always an
stupid and you're put in that situation, it's like this is
Boring though.
so easy.
Yeah, but
No,
going
that's not.
from regular classes to special ed, and you being on top was probably
What?
going from regular classes to going to the special ed and being on the top of your class in special ed was probably pretty rewarding for you too, though, right?
Yeah,
Well-
but for 4 years you're not challenged.
I know, but
Yeah, but he
that's-
got to excel.
What do you mean in Albion?
Just
you mean?
like, yeah,
oh, I got out. I went to night school.
Yeah, you're just not challenged. You're just.
But it was
He
so.
challenged himself.
He's the exception to the rule. Like you
Yeah.
have to understand, he's the exception to the rule. Most of those guys are shit.
Yeah, like a lot of them were just like they're like a lot of these guys were destined to go to jail. Like in grade 11, horrible things fucking happened to me in the school. In fucking grade 11, this fucking guy, like these guys that are in grade 11 should have graduated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're not only they should have been in grade 12, they should have been out of high school.
They called themselves
So-
the sisters and raped him in the gym
They were
bathroom.
They were like, in grade 11. I was like my shop classes. Great, like for math class, I'd be with my regular friends that I actually made now. But when I went to shop class, I was with men, right? Like I'm fucking 15.
Men with the mentality of high school kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bodies of men.
Tim,
mentality
this
of
one
high
guy,
school.
his name was Tim. I
Don't
can't
talk about it. He'll find you.
I hope he does. Actually,
It's probably in the clink.
it was we were like the teachers were never. They were never in. They never came on time. The teachers were never there on
Why
time.
would you want to show
if
up on
the
time
if
to
it's like
that?
if class started like 12 o'clock or like 1 o'clock, the teacher would show up at 1:05 and then unlock the door and let us in. None of the teachers were ever. You couldn't count on teachers for anything. So we're always waiting, and this guy Tim jokingly he grabbed me and he put my head between his knees and then pulled my legs up like what do you call that wrestling
Pile
move?
driver.
Pile driver to do a pile driver, and I was kind of friends with the guy, right? And I'm like, come on, Tim, let me down, stop. And he lets me down. He puts me down. I'm thinking everything's cool. Then he lifts me back up, and he goes like this, and he just lets himself fall backwards, and gives me an actual fucking pile
I
driver.
broke your neck.
Cement.
What a
You know
cock.
those floors in schools that weird floor but it's
Yeah.
basically
You could have
cement.
broke your neck.
Fucking goose egg, like you wouldn't believe on the top of my head. I couldn't believe he did it. I was like,
What was he say? What did he say?
what is he gonna say? He doesn't care.
Christ.
These guys are dead.
That's why, like, for you excelled, but it must have been nice because you got to excel it. No,
You got pile drived
Yeah,
on a
he-
fucking
he
cement
knew-
floor.
he
After
was-
he got his head slammed into cement, that's when he started dropping from top of the class.
That's why I think.
but
That's why you had to start writing
It must have been
exams.
even harder for you because you're like, yeah, I'm smarter than all of this. But
What
I know
all
that
helped
the
me-
rules are like fucking scary.
Well, what helped me was that those are the things that made me like. One day I remember vividly. I was talking. I think this guy's name was Steve. He was my. I
They
I
made
was
their
in the
names
paint-
easy to pronounce.
Uh,
and remember.
One syllable.
Tim, Steve,
Dave,
Dave,
John.
John.
it was really
Arg.
Steve.
Basically,
Dan
they
is
just they just picked their names by having patches like
I was-
those. Like,
I was
this is
in-
gonna
there
be
was
in
a
your
painting
garage
class.
bucket.
Yeah.
We had to go up. We paint the classrooms.
Painting class. They just put class in front of fucking jobs that you did around
Yeah,
that
that they
school.
needed people to
Yeah.
do for the
So
school.
painting and decorating it was called or something. I don't know. It was like
Reinstallation class.
There was like
Renovation.
scaffolding put up.
Asbestos class.
Exactly.
Asbestos removal class.
You know they do that in prison too, right? They
Yeah, that's
have-
what we were saying.
Yeah.
That's been the whole joke. This is
No, but like, they have like special
Hey,
jobs.
that's-
Your
Sounds
brain's
like
a time
jail.
machine, Izzy.
Yeah,
It's just on loop.
says
I'm a
to
beat
me-
behind all the time.
So, yeah. So this one day, and the teachers just take off in the middle of the class all the fucking time.
Wouldn't you though, as a teacher?
Yeah. So this teacher's gone. This teacher's gone.
He just
And this
leaves
guy, this adult man, decides to hold me to the ground with his one knee and starts punching my shoulder. But not my face. I'll give him that. He just punched my shoulder for fucking 20 minutes straight.
What?
For 20
What?
minutes. Consistently punching my
Was-
shoulder.
To him, was it like a friendly thing?
He's just bored
He's an ape.
because he could do it. Like he's just like he wanted to see it. I think in his head how he wanted to see how long until I start to cry.
How old was he?
He probably was 18 or 19. 18,
And you were 14?
14, 15.
But at least you were excelling.
This fucking holds me.
Okay, I take it back, Gavin.
So I said, and then welding, science, welding, okay? And he fucking, I start crying, and I said, and then he let me go. As soon as I started crying, I let me go.
Then that's not good either.
Yeah, and then I go to my buddy Steve. I went in the hallway, and I'm like, I'm gonna get the fuck out of the school. I remember saying, I'm gonna get the fuck out of school. I don't know how, but I'm going. So I went to guidance counselor. Said, how do I get out of school? I want to go to regular high school.
Oh, you could just leave. You could have left the
Apply
whole
to a new
time.
school. What do you-
He said you could
Just
just
turn
go,
in your uniform.
Just go to. He says go to.
Post the bail bondsman.
He goes go to. Just go to upgrade your math and English. Go to a night school and summer school, and then you can go to grade. If you do pass those two things, you can go to grade 11, like regular high school. And I swear to God, I just like when he told me, like, go, that's it. That's all I gotta do. Like no one told me that. I couldn't fucking believe that I didn't even. So that's what I did.
Yeah,
But-
that or you can tunnel through the shit sewer line. I don't know why people do that. You can just transfer.
I'm gonna hang myself personally.
So I could. You wanted to be. I like to. You know how I
Don't
like to be
copy
everywhere.
me. Hanging is mine.
You know how you like to. I like to
From
be
to
everywhere
zero.
early. Like if I go to like a show, like let's go. I want to be there like half an hour, or an hour before the show. He fucking my home room was welding. So
That was your homeroom?
yeah, we had home like whatever.
Dangerous chemicals, and you can't look directly at things.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Because you'll go blind.
One guy, Mike Goff, he fucking hated me. He had I remember his name, fucking asshole. He when I was in homeroom one day, there was a pair of vice grips, the ones that like lock,
Oh, I don't like this.
He
and
burned
he
your
just put it and casually put it on my leg where the meat is on the side of my leg. He went all the way to till they touched.
Why did they?
And I
What was his name? Mike Off?
Mike Goff. Mike
He's
Goff.
in prison.
Mike Goff. He chased me down the hallway
Nick, Google
too
him.
one day. But like he did that, and I swear to God, I was like this. I was like, I did it. I went, all of a sudden, I went, like that kind of like it was like
Because you didn't know what was happening.
I didn't know he was. I didn't know what he was doing. Like you know when someone puts vice grips to the side of your leg.
No, I don't know. What are you talking?
You
know how many people put vice grips on
You
your
don't-
leg?
Yeah, oh yeah. Vice grips is
It
like,
wa- you
continue.
Don't go, but you don't go. What is? You go. What is
I had a
that?
shitty childhood too. It does suck, actually.
What is like? I don't even know what's happening. It's like something going against my side of my leg. What is that? I don't know. It's vice grips now, and then all of a sudden, like that.
So you were like a human experiment. You were a beaker in your school. They just tested shit on you all the time.
And he let
Reek from
go.
Game of Thrones.
And the,
exactly.
and
didn't
I go
wanna
like this,
leave.
and I go like instantly like this. I couldn't like I was in shock. It was the pain was unfucking real, unreal.
That
the
sounds
teacher,
terrible.
the teacher goes instantly sees it. It's like what happened? Who did that? Like who did that to you? Right? And Mike Goff goes, don't say anything. Don't say anything. I go this fucking guy right here. He just fucking put vice grips on my leg and squeezed him. That guy right.
You
so-
got your ass
You've
beat.
been on his list.
yeah,
ever
yeah. And
since.
I he even hated me more. But he like in my head at that moment, I was like, "What the fuck? What the fuck? I can't get worse than this. It can't get worse than this.
Can
Why?
I-
I might as well say it's him at this
Can
point."
I ask you a question? If you didn't say his name, would he like endear? Would you be like, "Hey, I'll be your
No,
bodyguard"?
no.
Yeah, he would
Because
just
I
keep
know
doing
he
it.
still would have kept doing
Yeah, he'd be
what
like,
he
"Oh
did.
yeah, you're not gonna say shit."
And then like a week later, he was in my fucking geography class. No, math class. And no, geography. It was geography class, and there was all this string on the ceiling from
That's
like
not good.
the kite string.
That's
and
not
the
good.
teacher wanted us to pull it down because instead
Because you guys, they don't
didn't want
have
us to
maintenance.
start-
They don't have maintenance at your school.
So they were all there to do something with stars. So there was like kite string.
Reach for the stars. It's
like,
like,
We're gonna need to lower the stars.
guys, write your names on the stars. Everyone writes a name on the star. We're gonna put it up there. We're all gonna reach for the stars.
And by stars, it's actually electrical wire, and this is what you're going to be doing the rest of your life. Just call them
It's
the
all
stars.
experiments. Professor Mengele was their teacher.
So it was kite string that was going this way and that way, like so they're like pinpointing stars in the solar system. They were there from
This is
a class-
high school.
Yeah. So the teacher says, "Guys, I want all the fucking kite string off the ceiling. Go to it." So I go up there and we're all doing it. And I grab like 4 pieces of string at the same time and yanked it because they were all just popping out of the corners of the wall, right? The two corners. But the one side was all tile on the side of the wall. And then when I pulled it, for the string that was attached basically pulled off all the tiles off the fucking wall. So there's like a set of tiles, like the big set, like probably 12 inches by 12 inches, and there was like 10 of those, and then another 10, and then another 10, like 3 rows of these giant tiles, all of a sudden like fucking go coming off the fucking wall. And I'm watching this. I'm on top of the desk, and I go, and who's in the fucking line of fire? Mike Goff is in the line of fire, being trampled by all these fucking tiles.
That's awesome.
Oh, and he looks up, and you're like,
yeah, I'm just like, so he doesn't care. He just thinks I did it on purpose. Like, oh, here's my chance. I'll kill him by pulling the kite string, and killing with the tiles. Like, I fucking could will that to happen. But I'm like, as it's falling, I go, Mike off, watch out the fucking tiles. Like this, I'm trying to say it, and it just skins him. It doesn't even hit him. He says, and he goes like this. He goes, obviously there's no teacher around. Obviously, he goes, you're fucking dead. I go, no, I go, Mike, I didn't mean it. I was just like, you're fucking dead. And I knew, and I swear, the funniest thing was all the students in the class, because there was a lot of them were my friends, but he was actually bigger than all of us, too, because he was like 2 years older than us in grade 10. And he goes, like, the fucking guys in my class, all I hear, I swear to God, this is the instant go, run Manolis, run Manolis, run Manolis. Like they're just telling you, just run, don't
run Manolis,
Yeah,
run.
I was gonna say, run Forrest.
And then
Yeah.
your
So I just jumped off the desk.
And
I ran down the hallway for my fucking life because I knew if I made it to the office, I'd be safe, right? So I'm just running for the office because that's right.
you
So
in the
I'm-
office like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, hey Manolis, come on in. I knew, so I fucking ran, and I'm looking behind my shoulder as I'm running, and I actually run into the fucking wall. I run straight into a wall, shake my head, turn right, run through like another 20 feet, and then it was like 3 steps, and then 12 steps, or something like that, or 14 steps.
Interesting. A lot of guys had to go through 12 steps later on in their lives, so that's irrelevant. Yeah, it goes right back.
So I jumped the 3, but no one. You had to go down 3 and then jump the rest. No one ever jumped the whole thing.
Oh.
And I jumped the first, and then he was at the top, and he's looking at me, and I'm looking at him. He's like, are you gonna fucking? If he jumps the whole thing, I'm not gonna catch him. And I'm just like, we're just looking at each other, and I'm like, fuck it, and I run. I jump the whole set of stairs, and I land on the last 3 at the bottom.
And crack your legs.
I'm just like paralyzed at that moment, like just like, ugh! But I'm like this, and he's at the top because he's still lazy, right? He's like listening. He's listening to see if I fucking made it or not. So I'm just like, but I kept my mouth shut, and I make it, and then that was Tuesday.
Dude, you were basically an antelope on the Serengeti in your high school, being hunted by lions.
But the only thing, like the cafeteria, like I said, the only thing that everybody wanted to do was like when the bell rang, we all ran to see who could get in line the quickest at the cafeteria. So it was like 400 or 500, I don't know, there's like 1,000 students all ran when the bell rang.
Bunch
You could
of
hear,
retards.
I swear to it was a
There's
race.
not gonna be any more food left. If I don't eat, I'm not gonna be able to beat people up.
You hear like a rumble of the there was like if you listen carefully, you hear the school rumble because it's basically 1,000 kids all running to get to the cafeteria exact same
Just
time.
left all their maintenance jobs.
And then,
Stop putting that air
quitting
conditioner
time.
in. Let's go. We're not gonna eat.
and then
All dead-eyed.
Yeah.
With the herd.
so I used to get beat up at homeroom in science class. Last 2 things I want to say.
Science
No,
class.
sorry, welding class.
Yeah, thank you.
Science
I
next
get
day
those
one
mixed
time.
up too.
Yes.
So the teacher would always take off. So I'm like, oh fuck, I can't be in the class while the teacher's not there. The students would beat me up. So one day it was only because that's
Hang on a
what I was.
second. Can I do an impression of your teacher in science class? All right, guys, science class, get out your welding equipment. We're gonna be putting together air conditioners. Science. Okay,
He
go ahead.
goes to me.
The science of air conditioning.
So he's gone again. So I see one guy in there. He's one of the guys that beat me up. I'm like, hey, dude, don't tell. There's like little rooms with a curtain to do welds in.
Yeah.
I'm going, don't tell anybody. I'm going to hide in that room, okay, dude? I don't want to get beat up today. So, okay, dude. Because I knew he was going to tell them. So as he ran out the class, I went into the little room, and he ran out the class and told his friends of where I was. I went and hit at a different spot in the classroom, and they all came in, "Ah!" and they go in that little room, and they fucking go, where is he? They're all dumb, like this idiots, and I'm laughing. I'm hiding up these stairs where it's all the scrap metal was, and not thinking that there was no way out from up there. And so they're like, "Oh, you fucking duped us. So now we're going to beat you up more." And they're just about to grab me, and the teacher walked in, and that was okay that day. And the last thing I want to say is my science teacher says, to me,
Your welding teacher.
science teacher says to me, I'm in science class.
Come on, dude.
Is it science class? So science. I
What did you
handed.
guys learn in science class?
I don't remember, but I would hand it.
Pussy?
I
How to
would
mow the
hand,
lawn,
Same finger and pussy, but yes, mow the lawn too.
landscaping.
I would
Guys, when you feel the bump on the inside, that's when you got her coming.
I handed the work.
Science.
I had the only one that was handing in work.
Yeah.
So one day he was like, everybody made fun of this guy, the science teacher, and I handed in the work, and he looked at it, and he was like, it was like the saddest moment of his life, I think. He just looked at the piece of paper, so I was all filled out, like it was all done. He looked at me, he goes, "Why are you here?" I swear to God, the exact words.
It's
He's like,
that. It was that sad that school.
yeah. It's like, what? You're like, he's like, why you're the only, like, you're the only one that, he's like, you're the only one that takes me seriously.
Because all you had to do was effort.
Yeah.
Minimal effort in that school.
Anything.
Yeah, anything, and that's how you get ahead.
Yeah.
And these people weren't even willing to do that shit.
Yeah. So that was Albion.
Fucking animals, man.
I like how you basically saved that kid's life, and then he like threatened you after like. I mean, you saved his life, and he's like one of your best friends. You saved that.
What's
kid's
going
life.
on with you?
What kid's life? What do you mean?
Well, when you pull those tiles down, he could have.
Oh yeah.
Smoked.
I'm like, I was like, trying to. I didn't want him to actually get hurt.
Yeah.
Oh,
When you're looking up Mike Goff. He's black. He's a black dude.
I might have found him then. I skipped him, assuming it wasn't a black.
There's a black dude. He.
Yeah, they're never in prison.
But I did the only positive thing I can say when I went to night school and summer school. 4 guys from Albion went with me to night school and summer school when they found out I was doing it for my grade.
just to beat you up in night school. So.
We can't let him get away with learning.
I became the friends with the toughest guy in grade 10,
Good for you.
and that's the only thing that saved me.
What else?
And
What else do we have?
We may have found a picture of Michael.
Mike,
Oh my God! Is that
Is
the
it
only
him?
picture?
That's
I
the
think-
only black Michael Goff
But I think that's
in the
him.
search.
What's he doing now?
He looks like he might be in jail.
Let's see.
Yeah, he.
Do you see what I'm talking about? It's
Yeah.
like
Looks like a-
how much little of exaggeration that I'm even fucking talking.
Yeah, he's still trying to be cool. He's probably like 49, 40, and he's still like, I'm cool. Like,
Is there any more
yeah,
pictures?
he's
of
probably
him?
one of those guys that listens
not
to
unless
like,
I become his
you know, when
friend.
Don't
rappers are
add him.
kids, they're like little. That's the worst thing I hate is watching people dance to like when kid rappers come out and you watch adults dance to it. You're like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like Lil Wayne and not Lil Wayne because he's not a kid, but Lil Bow Wow. Yeah, like shit like that.
He still listens to Little Bow Wow. You think?
Well, he looks like he's trying to be cool.
He's just
Yo,
Bow Wow
shit.
now, guys. Come on.
I just heard this new fucking jam from this guy named Little Bow Wow.
He's gonna listen to this podcast.
Yeah, probably.
Hunt us all down.
Actually, he was a listener. He's one of the listeners.
He probably helps out Risk Youth.
Mike Goff.
He probably helps out Risk Youth.
You think?
If it makes you feel better, he's only got 32 friends on Facebook.
It doesn't.
Probably all of them.
This means he murdered most of them.
Yeah. I was gonna say.
It's just a list of people, not even friends.
He probably He probably started Facebook, and then he's like, "Wait a minute, the cops are after me. Can I
I gotta
stop
stop
using
this."
Yeah.
So we can maneuver into the next topic.
Which is?
You had a topic. You had something a beef with white people about race.
I wasn't a beef with white people.
Yeah.
And you have to say it so like that.
Yeah.
Like
a
what?
beef.
Like you were having like a.
I didn't have a beef. I was just saying how it's and Pat before we talked about it. Is it a thing or is why do a lot of white people when they hear instances of racism they think it's like that can't happen.
What do you
That's
mean
what
it
I'm
can't
asking.
happen? Or like, or you
that
mean
didn't
like,
happen. Like it seems too. It doesn't.
like
it
so
seems,
like Germans with World War II.
No, I think German. That's denial, but I think it's more of that seems too far fetched.
But
Or
like,
it seems too.
What do you think white people believe that all that
Not all the
happened?
time. What you don't think? What you mean?
You don't think most white people think like I don't know anybody that doesn't think that like slavery didn't.
I'm not talking about slavery.
What are you talking
I'm
about?
talking about instances of racism.
so like,
in
could you
everyday
give us
life.
like an example, like just an example of racism?
Like, give me, like, okay, say, give you a random example. Someone goes for a loan, and they can't get the loan, and they're like, well, it's because of that's a bad example too. I have to give you a real life
I think
example.
I got one. When I worked at TELUS, my manager would if a black guy came in trying to buy a cell phone, he'd always come to me and say he's either going to pay cash and he's a drug dealer, or his credit's not going to go through. And then he'd walk away. He's like, "You can handle the sale. I don't want to waste my time with it."
So
Was he right?
No, not a lot of like. I mean, if you stereotype the guys that walk in with a swagger and like they're being shifty, but you can like I would always make that assumption with white dudes too. But he would always go straight for the black guy and be like, "This is your problem. I'm not selling him a phone."
I bet it happens more with white guys in Hamilton than it does black guys.
In Hamilton, yeah, but
Yeah.
I was working at Mapleview Mall.
Yeah, but that kind of where it's like, I don't think that could happen. I don't think that's a thing.
The white guy has a Stitches bag. He just came from Stitches. Probably he's the guy.
Yeah, he has green pants on, green corduroy pants. I don't know. Hey, I lost you guys on this.
No, I'm thinking.
I think
Yeah.
that happens.
Yeah.
I totally.
But it's like the idea is sometimes too far fetched to believe, or too. Okay, here's an example. When we were doing comedy, I had a discussion with another comic when I was starting out about how many black headliners there are, and there was like 1 or 2, and I was like, he's like, well, that's just because less black people get into comedy, and I was like, well, why is that? And he's like, well, you're trying to lead to something, but I don't think you're right. I think that's just in your imagination. It's that idea. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like, it's hard to believe that kind of exists in my world right now.
But that would have been like 20 years ago. Do you still think that discourse is kind of like
In now?
Yeah.
In comedy or in general?
just in general?
Yeah, I think so. I think it still happens.
Because like I don't know a
The
lot of
landscape
people-
in comedy hasn't changed much from 20 years ago.
I just don't know a lot of people who like would deny racism.
Or don't see it. That might be a better thing.
Isn't it better if you don't see it?
No, because it happens. If you forget the past, you're doomed to repeat it, right?
Not true.
Okay.
Yeah, I know it's kind of like that's a blanket statement type of thing where it applies but doesn't. Like I feel, and I don't know shit, but I feel like when we like we have kids or whatever, and we start telling like if like I'm not black, so I don't know shit about being black, but I'm just saying like if I start telling my kids, about slavery and all this shit and all that stuff, it sets a precedent in their head where they now they see the world that way. But I always wondered like,
No,
if you just
these are facts that happen.
Yeah, no, they are facts that happen, but I always wonder what would happen if we just started clean, like right now, right today, and there was no racism, no one had any...
With all black people.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but like what you're saying is like,
like that idea.
you because there's institutionalized racism,
Mm-hmm.
and you can say that because you're a white guy to go, hey, what if we start clean and blah 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 blah? That's entitlement. You can do that. As
Yeah,
a black
no.
guy, you can't do that.
Yeah.
It's like as a black person, you can't start from the beginning.
Yeah,
it's
no.
always going to be there.
Yeah, and I understand that. I'm just like that's like in purely like philosophy, I guess you could say, is like not like starting anew, but let's just pretend that there never was any racism or whatever. Because I always think about that one thing that people say, like when a kid is born, it is not born with prejudice. We put prejudice in it. So I'm like, okay, so what if we just didn't do that? What if there was no prejudice instilled in our kids? And I don't think they're necessarily like the father's like, black people, you got to
No.
hate them or whatever. I think it's just like they gather all these thoughts in their
It's
head.
not about hating people. That's not what it is. It's not about like, oh, it's just things are people are treated differently based on who and what they look like.
Yeah.
Yeah, but because of what he's saying, we're raised
No.
to think the world is a certain way.
What do you mean?
based
so,
on
there
whoever
might be
happens.
biological. There is like studies. There's nothing completely conclusive, but there might be a biological like reasoning for racism. Like
What if it's this?
because it might be because like when you see somebody, you have an instant impression of them if they're a different color because they're not in your immediate tribe. Next.
So maybe it's just a natural instinctive thing.
No.
And it's not racism, it's survival skills.
No, that's not. But when you
But
turn on
in terms
TV,
of,
like,
like
it's
when you turn on a TV or go to any movie, who is the star of the movie?
Not a black guy.
Samuel L.
That's
Jackson.
not true.
Yeah, you go to 99% of the movies that are out this Friday. 99% of them are white guys,
But
and white guys can play any type of character.
Well, you guys got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one.
Okay, and a white guy can play any type of character in a movie, right? Like that's things that you're not going to see.
So whose fault is that, Gavin's?
Black people can. Gavin.
It's nobody's fault. It's just this is the institution that we live in. It's like it's easy to go, well, why don't we forget
Okay.
about it when you don't see, when you're not seeing the disadvantage. You're not seeing what's.
I watch House of Lies. Don Cheadle's the main character. I don't like
yeah,
it any
there's
more
always
or
an
less.
example of stuff.
You're
There's
the
always-
then.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's all. Every white person is on everything. I'm just using an example that most of the stuff that you watch on TV, the average person, the depiction of average person.
Is it wrong? Is it racist when I think I think all black people like fat white chicks?
That's not racist.
Is that racism?
No, that's prejudice.
Okay.
That's prejudging someone.
I'm prejudging.
Right. That's not racism.
But see, like you noticed the TV movie stuff.
That's what
I
I'm saying.
because
That's-
I'm not racist.
No,
I
no.
don't spend my day thinking about racism.
What about
and-
BET?
But
You
hang
guys
on a
have
second.
your
Hang on
own
a second.
channel.
That's because you live in a world where you don't have to think about it.
But if I see people, it just never.
But-
is a
but if
thing.
you- just
but
imagine-
you're
okay, wait,
black, so
let-
you make note of
Let
it
me
because
put
you're
you in a
angry
world
at
where
white people.
you don't see yourself
But
reflected
Are you
anywhere you
angry
go.
at white people?
I'm saying if you don't see yourself reflected anywhere you go, how weird would that be for you? Like every time you turn on TV,
But
you don't
see,
see yourself reflected.
We're
in
supposed to
anything.
see everyone as
We're
people.
Yes, we're supposed
But
to.
you see yourself as a black man,
No, I
and
didn't
you're
s-
observing everything else. Why is there no me in all
I
this
don't
stuff?
think- I
Why
don't
you're
think
saying
you're-
why are there no black
I don't think
people?
you understand what I'm saying.
But you noticed it because you just said you noticed it because you watch
You
things
would
and you're
notice
like
it
you
too.
haven't identified.
But
with
you would notice
main
it too if you were in the
characters.
same situation.
Maybe, but that wouldn't.
But what? I don't understand. I'm not complaining. I'm saying you would notice that too. You would notice discrepancy as well.
So going back to like what I was saying before about just like not starting over, but having the slate wiped clean to begin with. If we had that sort of thing going on, do you think that would change? Like, because
I don't know.
things take a while to sort of work their way through the system. So I feel like if you got like 30 years of oppression and actual racism, now today we'll have less black actors because
I think it's like the idea is that what we're looking at with racism is like this really oppressive thing that's really keeping people down. And I think what I'm trying to say is that there's an institution of it where it's just like everyone believes this is how things are.
So how do we fix this, Gavin?
I don't know.
Start-
I don't know how you fix it. I think the best way, like you were saying with your kids, is to be aware of it. To not go through, hey, we should forget about it, and why do you notice it? It doesn't really affect me.
But I think we reflect on it negatively, like for generations. Like there's even like Jewish people hate German people for stuff that they have nothing to do with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I'm not talking about like I understand what you're saying, but I'm not talking about Jewish people hating German people because that's a specific thing that happened. I'm talking about something in an institution that's built in to a system where you
it's like a boilerplate. for
yeah
society.
there's a oppression built into a system.
Well, there's sometimes you feel there's some kind of agenda because there's like imagery that's put out in the media to make people think a certain way.
That's what I'm saying. There's a
On TV
I-
shows and everything.
They
And-
call public relations. They call it public relations now, but it's still
Why
propaganda.
are white guys?
because it's easy to sell that because that's the idea in our heads, right?
Why are white guys? I always find this interesting. Why are white guys so comfortable being racist towards you? Like about talking, like a white guy will talk to another guy about some racist shit, and like you barely know him, like it'll be instantly, and like
Those
dude,
are just ignorant.
yeah, but you
people.
don't even.
I've had-
You think it's safe to say this to me because I'm white?
I've had
know.
white people do that to me all the time.
Someone said that to me at Yuck Yucks in London. There was I'm not saying
Yeah, that
who it
happens all
was,
the
but there was a
time.
black guy on the show.
That does not surprise me.
And then someone came up to me, first of all, not knowing if I was friends with this black gentleman or if he was like even around the corner or what. Just out and open, he was like, "You were way funnier than that nigger."
Yeah, I
Oh
said
my
that to you in
God.
Immediately, I was like, "Okay, done with this conversation." I
Thanks
just
for
walked
bringing that
away
to the
from him.
podcast.
I was like, I'm not
I've-
talking to you.
I've
But
had
he
that.
totally thought like I was gonna high five him or something.
I've had that
He's
where
just
people
retarded.
like smacked me in the face in Kitchener and Yucks.
What?
I've had people smack me in the face several times.
Wow.
That's
For what
probably
reason?
being
I don't
Gavin.
know. They'd come up to me and like they go, "I don't even know how you said that stuff. You're not even black." And then they'd smack me in the face.
Were they white?
Yeah, I had a few
Was it a
white
guy
guys.
or a chick?
I had chicks, had dudes. That shit happens.
This happened to me at a funeral. Okay,
You got smacked in the face and called.
that's somewhere else.
Mm.
And this guy says, "Oh, this guy, the older Greek gentleman, it was a Greek funeral. Older Greek gentleman says, "Oh, yeah, I heard you're a comedian." It's like, "Yeah." So I got a joke for you. I swear to God, this was the. I'm like,
I
"All
love where
right,
this is going.
right." And he goes, "How do you make it the N word?" He says, and I can't. You say, "How do you make the?" You say it.
And just say N-word.
N word, white. N word person, white.
You throw liquid paper on them or some stupid shit like
He
that.
said, I go, I don't know how. He goes, you sandblast them.
Yeah, it's basically.
That would make them pink because it would eat away all their skin.
See, but like that
That
kind of
wasn't-
shit doesn't offend me.
But
Literal
he
guy.
thought I was gonna be like, oh,
Literal guy.
can I use that? Can I,
Yes, go ahead.
Can I put
My
that in
blessings. My blessings.
Can I put that in my act?
But see, like,
But at a funeral.
But see, your stuff and like his stuff, like that guy came up to you, that shit doesn't offend me. That's not the shit I'm talking about. That shit's like, oh, you're a fucking idiot. I can walk away from you. Like any of that stuff's easy. It's the stuff that's like you can't see. It's
the fact that they didn't have Kevin Hart in Transformers instead of Shia LaBeouf.
there. That's basically it. What he just said that you
And that's
Kevin-
fucked because
yeah.
pretty much
Yeah.
everybody would agree that Kevin Hart would have been better.
Oh, that would have been amazing.
But
That'd
what
be
if
10 times better?
white
Yeah.
people are just better actors?
Yeah, you guys get too worked up over everything.
Dude,
clearly.
I
Look
say
how many
I do
movies
every
Eddie
time I go
Murphy
to
had. Beverly
every time
Hills Cop.
every time I go to
Sounds like Robert E. Lee trying to argue with Malcolm X right now.
every time I go to the movies or something, I'm like, and there's a dance movie. Like we don't even have dancing anymore. Black people, that's a stereotype that we don't even have that. You guys took that. I always say to Lisa, I'm like, you guys are so fucking amazing. White people are so goddamn amazing
At dancing?
at everything. You guys are superheroes. You're
Thank you.
dancers. You go to India and you run that shit. Look at the kung fu. I watch a kung fu movie where white dudes are like the best kung fu fighters. They're fucking white people are amazing
Maybe
at everything.
you think maybe they stopped casting black people in movies because they're tired of having them go to the movies and yell the whole time.
There you go. Izzy. You keep putting those feet in those mouths. You only got two.
That was
Hope you heard-
obviously sarcasm.
What about,
I like how you pointed out sarcasm.
What about Chappelle and his theory on like
Do you know who played Genghis Khan, the original Genghis Khan?
Dave Chappelle?
No, it was
Goldberg?
no. Keep going. It was John Wayne.
Casey?
John Wayne, and he played it like John Wayne.
Yeah.
And they gave him a Fu Manchu mustache and shit like that. That's what fucking Asian people are pissed at that
I want to
shit.
see that.
They want to do Akira, and they want to cast white people in Akira.
They did that recently in The Lone Ranger with Johnny Depp. They didn't hire a Native American to do it, and nobody cares.
No,
nobody-
people did care.
People, no,
To an extent.
People did care. I saw
never heard
protests.
anybody.
I saw a
talk
lot
about
of
that.
shit going because you don't hear about it. But I heard a lot of shit.
Because everybody realized they're in love with Johnny Depp.
But
Oh, it was a
seems
shitty
like-
movie.
Like
I heard it was a flop.
It was a horrible movie.
I didn't enjoy it that much, but
I'm surprised.
they're still like Native people are still segregated.
A lot of Native people were upset about it.
By choice.
Yeah, Native people do segregate by choice, so they stick to the reserves.
Yeah, I don't think that's by.
Yeah, I don't think we should
choice.
speak for Native people because
I think that-
Yeah, I don't
That's
know.
actually like a super complex issue. That's
Yeah,
I think there's
by
a lot of
choice.
levels that we'll never understand.
I don't
Yeah.
think we can speak for Native people. on
I think
this
we
one.
can.
Especially when we-
Thousands of years ago, my people, fuck off. Pay your taxes like everybody
What
else.
did you
or
go
kill
through?
yourself.
What have you been? This guy gets fucking period on his mattress, and it's
What
the end of
have
the
they
fucking
been
world.
through?
You get
Nothing.
some chick periods on your
Nothing.
mattress,
Like you said,
and
you
you're
didn't pay
ready
your
to.
taxes in like 3 years, like a couple episodes.
Hey,
Did you get it this year?
I missed 1 year. Of
You're
my
like,
taxes.
I love you. You complain about the simplest shit.
I don't complain.
Yeah, you do. You complain about the simplest shit, and then you're like,
What do
my
they got to
world's-
complain
My
about?
life is falling. I lost my
Poverty,
driver's license.
Crippling
Not my
poverty.
fault. I have crippling poverty.
I lost
Yeah,
my.
but you complained about it.
I lost my driver's. I remember you in the car. I lost my driver's license. My life is falling apart.
Hey,
Dude, it's not that
That
bad.
sounded
I got
exactly like
someone
him.
pregnant.
I heard him
lost
in the
my
car
driver's
talking that shit.
license. In relation
Yep.
to my life at that point.
Yeah, but you did that to yourself. And really,
I know, and I'm not
co-
going around blaming fucking Indians and Asians
and
for my problems.
Compared to
I'm taking
genocide, compared
responsibility
compared
for
to
my
genocide,
actions.
losing your driver's license isn't that bad. Natives were facing genocide.
What about
What is genocide?
Well, there you go. It's when you're wiping out an entire race of
you
people.
drink a lot? First, you drink gin.
Well, my question is, what did they do to get in that position in the first place?
They
That doesn't
lived
just
here.
happen.
They lived here, and people wanted the land.
Well, some people get dealt
That
shitty
doesn't just
cards. I
happen.
don't know what to do.
That's all they should just. They should roll with the punches.
Yeah, but how long ago?
Yeah, but that's not something that just like,
7
oh,
months
we're finished doing that. Let's move on. Because in the '60s, the Catholic Church came in here and took their children and raped the shit out of them.
the
And that
children?
logic
They
is
raped
like-
the children?
They raped the
Yeah,
children.
dude.
That's not cool.
In residential schools,
Right.
And then tried to strip them of
natives?
their culture.
Yeah, because they're worth nothing. So they do all this kind of shit to people that aren't worth shit. And they've done this shit for years.
Well, we need to make a change. I'm not saying I
Okay, Michael
agree
Jackson.
With, I'm not saying they deserve it or anything.
What I'm saying is that I
It
hear
seems
what
like
you're
there is
saying.
no solution.
No
It
one's
seems like this is gonna
complaining.
go
It's
on
not about
forever
complaining.
And ever and ever.
The solution is to recognize that it happens. That's the
I
solution.
know,
it's not
but
complain about it. It's to
recognizing
go,
that it happens now infuses like hate in people.
no, it
because,
doesn't.
Yeah,
It just goes, oh, I'm doing this, or I see this, or I understand this. To understand what someone else goes through, it's called empathy.
But
That's all people
feels
want.
like
is
you're
empathy.
telling us, as you're saying, white people need to
No one's-
understand what they did.
No one said that.
I know, but
Just
if you
understand what
teach-
goes on.
If you teach like,
The racism that you have, it's passed down from generation.
I don't have any racism.
You do, but you don't know it. The fact that you can say people should forget shit, it's entitlement.
But like, if I was Jewish, just say, I know I'm bringing this up again, but if I was Jewish and I was raised and I was told all about the Holocaust and blah blah blah, I may now grow up hating German people
You
for
may, you
no
may
other
not.
reason than that German people killed a bunch of other Jews back in the day.
But that's what I'm saying.
But I
is-
now hate German people.
But dude, what I'm
which
saying
that would never have happened if nobody told me all that shit.
But then you got that's what I'm talking about. Everyone's got to have empathy. If you understand where other people come from, you can work past hate and anger and whatever. You can go, "Oh, that's where you come from. I understand it. I don't have to hate you for that shit. I can understand it because the German people that are alive today that are getting born, they have nothing to do with the Holocaust.
But there is nothing real. Like, you can hate Nazis. That's okay.
You can hate Nazis,
Yeah,
but that's not
Nazis.
German people. Nazis aren't Germans. Nazis are Nazis.
The Nazis of German descent, though. Originally.
You're not inputting on this at all.
What? No.
No, we know that, but
Yeah, but
we're saying
We're saying, but
yeah, but that's
Nazis,
I'm
to
going.
hate
on-
all Germans because
That's what
some
he's saying.
Nazis
Exactly.
were German.
But then
That's-
you'd just be a dumb person, though.
huh?
Then you'd just be dumb.
you'd be emotional. And
I know,
dumb.
but that happens all the time.
But those people are dumb.
it's
There's
the
a
sa-
lot of black people who hate white people
Yeah, but
because
there's
of
also-
slavery.
but
Like,
there's
it's
also,
my fucking
There's
fault.
also white people that come up to you at London and say that you're funnier than the nigger.
Yeah, I know.
So was that guy smart?
No,
Exactly.
To be fair, London's
I know, but
super
he was
racist.
raised being told the black
We
people
gotta leave
are
those
different.
people in the dust. The best way to raise your children is to be aware of all this shit.
I know. I just think there's way too many stupid, ignorant people in the
Gives a
world.
fuck about stupid
Well, it's
ignorant
just
people.
never going to end.
I think we should
Who
all
gives a
go
fuck?
against them and maybe.
Stupid
Yeah, be
ignorant people are
racist
gonna
towards
fucking
racist
die.
people.
Racist.
We should
Gather
segregate
them
the
and-
racist people.
Well, you can't be racist to
rape
get
them.
racist people because it's not a race to be
but
racist.
it's
we'll
a new,
discriminate.
a new
Yeah,
race.
you just
It's
said
a
we need to
group.
leave those people in the dust, Gavin.
You can
That's not very
discriminate.
nice.
You can discriminate.
We should throw them all in camps.
There you go.
And we rape their children.
There we go.
Only their children, not them.
Well, that's genocide. That's how you do.
Do you have
genocide.
children? Hey,
Dude, you fuck with the children, and they don't have fucking. They hate themselves when they get older, and then
about
they don't
sh-
have fucking. They hate themselves, and that's just passed down over and over and over and over and over again. Look at the fucking
we
woman in
won't
that
rape
movie.
the children.
Look at that woman in the movie where they took her
Jesus.
kids away, and she's like cried for how many days? And 12 years
so
a slave.
Chappelle, like he talked about the whole thing about the dresses. They
Yeah.
want him
Oh
wearing
yeah, wearing a dress.
Is that kind of what you're talking about too?
Yeah, that's a big fucking thing. That's a huge thing.
I found it really interesting.
It's feminizing the males.
Right.
There's a
What's going on?
demonizing and feminizing of males.
Chappelle's like
And-
basically it's like he was supposed to do it this one movie and they're like he did it, but in the middle of like, oh, we got this new
There was a
scene.
bit in the show.
Yeah, we want you to wear a dress and you're gonna.
I did that shit. They did that shit on Comedy Inc. to me.
What, and he didn't do it?
No,
He said no, he didn't want. He wouldn't do it. And
They-
they tried for like about a half an hour, 45 minutes trying to talk him into it.
There's a theory about Will Smith after he did. So when we plays a gay dude,
Fresh
I,
Prince?
Robot.
not iRobot. It's right after Fresh Prince. It's during Fresh Prince.
was a
It's-
Was that a
Movie?
gay character?
Yeah, yeah.
He's like in a suit. He's very.
They're saying
intellectual.
that was him he was a con man.
Yeah.
That was him like paying his dues to do other shit. That's the theory.
Yeah, I could see. I could.
He had to
I
get
think
fucked
there's
in the
something-
ass or wear a dress. That's what Chappelle was talking about. He had
What?
to get fucked in the
And they're
ass.
turning this into a race thing.
That's what Chappelle was talking about. That
Well,
was
he
his
says,
theory.
why is it he said, why is it every black male, like lead, that's doing well in Hollywood, at some point in the career has been put in a dress?
A dress or
But is
Yeah.
that true?
But
Yeah,
like
there's a, it's
Yeah.
very,
Has Don Cheadle been in a dress?
it's the image of
specifically in comedy, I think.
Samuel
I think he's
Jackson been
specifically
in a
talking
dress?
about comedy. He's talking
Yeah,
about,
it's comedy.
Yeah.
Richard Pryor did it.
but what's his name wasn't in a comedy. That was a drama.
Who?
I don't know if
Will
it's
Smith.
all of them, but like a high percentage, like when you start to, when he's talking
Connect the
about, you're like,
dots.
I think
But are
Holy
they
fuck.
compared it to
Martin
men?
Lawrence
There's a
was-
lot of
Here's-
white dudes that
Not the
have had to do
same,
that.
not on the same level. Because here's the problem: is that if you look at the news, black males are portrayed as criminals more per capita. So then what this does is like it either it softens the blow, makes them lighter.
Mm-hmm.
It's the idea of I can't.
So it's to
It's
help
either I need to hate you or I need to know that you can be in my house.
and putting them in a dress lets you know. that
Yeah,
they
because
can be
then
in
you're-
your house.
you're-
So it's a positive thing.
No, it's an animal thing. It's like you're not a real human being. There's no shades in between.
putting a dress on a pit bull.
There's no dress in between. Exactly what he said. That's exactly it. There's no dress in between. There's no thing in between. It's not. You're not a human being. You're either, we dressed up the animal, or the animal's
So then
crazy.
his point blank, he's like, for like a long time, he's like, "This, come on." It's like he's kept going, "No, I'm not gonna do it." And then the guy leaves because they're saying, "We got it all set up.
Yeah, we
it's
have a
ready to go."
joke, yeah.
And it's like it's just ready to go, man. Just do it. They're being like that. And he's like, basically, go fuck yourself. And then the guy leaves and comes back and goes, "Okay, we got something else." So you had a plan B, like
Yeah,
he
yeah.
like, came back like a minute later. It's like, "Okay, we got something else."
And then he's
do.
difficult. Yeah, you're called difficult.
Yeah, but he like it was like it wasn't scripted. It wasn't part of it. You brought it in the middle of the movie, and then I say no, and then it's like don't worry about it.
So what's the frame of
it's
mind for that guy? Like, okay, so this is Dave Chappelle's show. It's like
No, it
he
was a
writes-
movie.
Oh.
It was a movie he was doing.
I'll be honest with you. I
There's
don't
a
think
thi-
it's like. I don't think there's any like.
It wasn't like the Dave Chappelle actual TV show.
I don't think there's
He
any
did
like
talk
fucking.
about a bit. Sorry,
I don't know. Go ahead.
I was just saying he did talk about a bit where they tried to get him dressed up in a dress or something on a show for this bit, and he's like, "No, I'm totally not going to do that."
Oh, maybe it was his show then. I thought it was
Yeah.
a movie.
Yeah, maybe both.
I heard
But,
about the incident on his show as well.
I heard about it. I thought it was a movie. I don't think it's like this. I don't think it's like this deep conspiracy.
He
thing. I
thinks
don't-
it is. I think.
Yeah, but I don't
Yeah.
think it's like it's. Like, I think it's just
Is he
easy
homophobic?
thinking. I just think it's easy. I think it's easy thinking. Well, I remember on Comedy Inc. in like the second season, guys were like they were writing these sketches where it's fucking white women all the time, and it was just like what the fuck, and leaving them and getting them pregnant, and I'm like, what the fuck are you guys doing? This is the weirdest shit on the planet. It was so fucking weird.
Did they have you buy your kid like a leapfrog and then totally abandon him?
No, it wasn't like that.
Oh,
It
okay,
was
that's
just
how
like
you
I'd get
know.
a woman. There was one sketch for one of these sketch shows. They wanted me to come in, and I was like getting every white woman pregnant in town and saying that I was. It was like Jesus, Holy Conception. I was lying to everyone, and I was like, well, there's an audience for it. So
No, I was laughing at it sarcastically.
I'm joking, Izzy. I'm just teasing you. And it
You're
was,
always teasing me, Gavin.
oh, what else am I gonna do?
Let's not turn this into HCH.
So it's just I'm not saying it's like fucked. I'm just saying being aware of it is just like that's all. There's a difference between being aware and I don't know.
Awareness is the first step to recognizing that there's a problem.
It's empathy. If we had empathy for everyone's problems,
Don't count on our society getting more
No,
empathy.
no,
That's
it's not
going
gonna
out the
happen.
window.
no, I just think that that's this. Just to have empathy, like not even just for race, for everything, whatever anyone's going through. If you got empathy for someone, then you go, oh, I can put myself in your shoes.
I do. I try to not think all chicks are crazy.
Yeah,
I do that.
How's that
Like I
going?
try to. It's not working out too good. I still fuck my hand mostly.
and we're all guilty of some shit, right? Like we all do some stupid shit. We all have some sort of phobia on us. No one's innocent.
Yeah.
I hate white
what?
people more than any other race, just because they're always the ones that fuck me over the most. So
Really?
yeah,
So you can't hate white people.
I have a little bit of that. Sometimes I think when I think about racism, I'm like the only people that's ever brought like real misery to my life has always been a white person.
Yeah.
You guys live in Hamilton, man. Like, there was a last month. I was like, I was jonesing for ethnic people. I was like, there's no ethnic people in this town.
What can we go to? Is it okay if we go to another topic? I don't know. Is it?
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean. I wasn't.
I
I'm
don't
sorry
know,
if you guys were like, oh, the Debbie Downer.
No.
Debbie Downer.
We know because you're black. You want to talk about this?
Well,
stuff?
I just want to get perspective because I got white people here.
You filled me with white
Where?
guilt now, Gavin.
I don't. That's not what I want to do. I don't
know.
fill you with white guilt. Just come
with my balls.
with my balls. My wife wants me to bring up fireworks so we can light up fireworks.
Can we? We don't have to wrap out yet.
No, but
What?
I have a bag full of fireworks.
Oh.
So I gotta find it, and then we can light up fireworks.
I should have bought some. I can't believe.
Gas lines and stuff.
Yeah. The time machine.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Sorry, Jordan. Jordan looks like exhausted. He looks like we just fucked you up in your brain.
No. I'm
You
good.
okay?
I'm tired. I'm generally pretty apathetic.
Okay.
Kim Jong Un's girl. He okay. So, here's context for this. Apparently, he is married, but he had another girl from like 10 years ago that he was dating for a while, and then his dad found out about it, made them break up. He got a new wife, and then recently his ex-girlfriend apparently did porn with a bunch of other people. She's in like this band in North Korea.
Ugh.
This like propagandist weird band or something. So they all did porn. Everybody who did porn was a report from South Korean like media entities and stuff. Anybody who did the porn was executed, and all of their families were put in work camps.
Wow.
That's horrible.
Yeah, so there's like this, like it's been reported through. It started from South Korean media outlets, and then it went on to like American media outlets like the Daily Mail, the Telegraph, Gawker. They all reported on it. But now,
Anyone
I guess
who did porn in general, or anyone who did porn related to his ex-girlfriend?
there was like one specific porn video where they all did
So
it. She
everyone
was
in that
involved.
video-
Everybody
That
in that
video.
video was killed because porn.
Because he's jealous and insecure.
Oh, he's.
He's gonna kill
That's-
you now that you said
Like,
that.
there's no other reason to do that.
By the
Other,
way-
like, if he didn't date her and she did that,
Just
it'd be
imagine
fine,
Eric. Just
right?
imagine Eric Johnson as a dictator.
Hold on,
That's Kim Jong Un.
but that's the image that they were trying to portray. But I guess on Friday, she did a live
Oh,
show.
she's still alive?
She's still alive.
Oh, they didn't kill her.
So it's
Oh
They
shit!
killed everybody else?
I
probably
don't
Or
know.
nobody.
Dennis Rodman says that the uncle that he apparently fed to the dog. I know Dennis Rodman's not a reliable source.
He's the representative from North Korea, though.
yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much the correspondent.
No, they're mad at him now.
So
They're mad at Dennis Rodman.
maybe
People
because
are
he's
dressed.
saying,
Yeah.
maybe because he's saying that the uncle that was apparently fed to the dogs is still alive, and that the girlfriend never got killed either. She's still alive.
Well, wouldn't that be like at what point is it a human rights issue when this guy's like, isn't that Hitler's shit? If you
Yeah.
are
You're killing them because
people?
they did something you didn't
Yeah.
agree with? Like,
And so when do like the UN don't they step in at some point, at least investigate?
Well, I think that like maybe. I don't know if the UN would get involved in that.
No, 'cause they're scared
just
of
on
him.
such a small scale, though. And yeah, maybe they're scared of him, but it's
So
probably
did
not even
this-
true.
They're fucking they're bombing they're drone striking people in Iraq like every fucking weekend. They're fucking killing
only,
people all the time.
only on the weekends.
Well, all the time.
Every other weekend.
because
Yeah.
everybody's working for it.
when Iraq's like, oh, shit,
Everybody's
it's
working
Friday.
for
Drones are coming.
Everyone's working for drones. They but they're ready to go in Iraq and fuck shit up. They just got busted for taking those British soldiers taking photos with a dead Iraqi. But they won't fuck with North Korea. How come no one will fuck with North Korea? How come? Because he has a nuclear capability.
But I mean, if this is like what we're putting, it almost seems like an old school like World War II
Tyrant.
propaganda.
Yeah,
If he didn't do these things and we reported to our people that he did,
yeah.
that's like old school crazy propaganda.
Yeah. Because
true.
back then it was
trying to make
so
us
hard
hate
to
him.
find out if it happened or not, right?
I think more people are scared of him than hate him. But yeah, you're right. It's like,
So
but they're
none of-
trying to create fear and hate because you agree to go to war
Yeah.
based on those things. You don't agree to go to war based on rationality
No.
and logic. You agree to go to war based on hate and fear. That's a propaganda model.
I was just watching a movie where they're talking about World War II, and they said there's a theory out there that Eisenhower, is it Eisenhower, that let Pearl Harbor happen
Oh yeah.
because they want to get into the war.
So like yeah, and I think I've brought this book up a couple times, but it keeps like coming up. It's disaster capitalism.
Yeah,
So basically, it's called the
I know
shock
this.
doctrine.
Yeah.
And basically you will not like create the disaster, but like take advantage of it.
Yeah.
So it's not like they were like, oh, we're planning Pearl Harbor, then that's going to happen. But when it does happen, they're like, okay, now we're going to institute a
9/11.
strategy.
That's why I think 9/11 was like.
Well, that's what the book's about.
Yeah.
It talks about 9/11, and it talks about even the New Orleans Hurricane
Yeah.
Katrina and how they privatized all of the school
Yeah,
systems.
it's like, oh, we can wash out a whole bunch of people in one go. Man, let's do it.
But they take advantage of these disasters when people are in time of like distress. When people are feeling distress, they're feeling fear. They're not being rational.
Can
They
I
take
ask-
advantage of that?
Can I
on
ask
the
you a
people.
question?
Yeah.
But how far is it like where okay, yeah, they're not doing it, but if you don't do anything and you know it's coming, like something like Katrina, they haven't fucking fixed those levees for how many years? You know because you have the money to do investigations. You know that at some point what happened is going to happen.
Are they morally responsible?
Yeah. Did they
good
do it?
question.
They did do it. Like 9/11 apparently they knew that was going to happen.
It's a good question. I don't know if I'm intelligent enough to answer that question.
I don't know.
But it's a good question.
I saw this thing on YouTube, but it was a conspiracy about 9/11. But one I never heard before. Like they were saying, like it was impossible for those planes to go that fast at that height. The theory was that the planes didn't even go into the buildings.
Really?
Yeah, I saw something about that. I was trying to figure out because they were saying that that no plane went into the building. I'm like, well, they have independent people who filmed something going into the
But
building.
did they? That's what I was curious. Like if you think about it, it could have like all of a sudden the two things exploded, right? And then there's like already this fake image of it like manipulated and then put out to the news media.
I watched. I was up. Well, Lisa was up when the first plane hit. Nobody really
It
said.
was live. The second plane was. They had cameras on the plane when the second plane hit.
The first plane, she was watching Regis and Kelly, and it was in the background, and no one really reacted. And then it went all
You'd have to
silent.
convince everybody that no one saw a plane, but like everybody saw the plane.
Yeah,
Like you don't. Like, I don't know. Like
The-
it seems impossible.
and it seems like that's.
That of course planes must have went in, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would say so. I don't know. Like I'm always with those conspiracy theories. Like the people that died in it, let them have it. Like let them have that. Like what are you gonna bring up? That their government's against them and.
It's always just concerning to me if a conspiracy theory like answers too many right questions.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds weird. It just if it's too convincing, it's like, this is really one-sided, and it makes me not really believe that argument.
And then there's real like shit that's way more fucked up that if you want to look at American government, they don't hide at all.
Yeah.
Like the whole paying for politics, that's way more fucked up than flying planes into a building.
I talked to a psychic, and she told me that the government was involved, but not the American government.
Dun, 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 dun.
That's what she said.
Reliable source.
The World
Are
Bank.
you a psychic?
I am actually.
You're a psycho.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I always thought there was something weird about it, but I don't know if it's like conspiracy, just that the story
Knife.
didn't really make sense the way it was explained. Like the Pentagon, like when that plane, it was just plane, it like run into the building and then it was just gone. Like they just cleaned it all away so fast. It's like,
Well, it's because they were trying to do renovations, and that was the easiest way to just wipe it out
Yeah.
and rebuild.
that. See, I can handle that. That's fine.
Perfect.
Yeah, like
Insurance will cover it.
Yeah.
insurance.
Yeah.
They got all the
I
insurance.
think Geico was behind this conspiracy.
Oh, definitely.
And then some guy's like, I forgot to send the check in. What the fuck?
Oh, I thought we were still using Geico.
And then they freeze
State
frame,
Farm.
and it's to be continued.
Yeah.
Next episode.
And that guy
That's
from
a
the
movie
State
of
Farm
life.
commercial comes up.
That's a movie of lipes.
Lipes.
Lipes. The poor fucking airline industry, they've been doing shit since 9/11. Do you have anything light to talk about? Do we have
My
anything?
topic, maybe. Or...
Yeah.
You're
Women with cancer, am I right?
women with.
All right,
Wait,
so
before we change, can you have people seen this Kim Jong Un porn? Like his girlfriend?
Wait, so this didn't happen.
What's her name?
No one died, right?
People
I can't remember her
apparently
name.
know that. But is this porn available?
Yeah, can we get it?
Her name is Hyeon Sung-woo.
Oh, okay, that sounds Korean.
we've established she is Korean.
Wait, she's got
First
a-
question answered. Moving on. Did
Wow,
he kill her?
I was sweating through the first question.
Was there,
You know what the crazy
was
thing
there
is?
a money shot?
It doesn't say.
It probably
It doesn't
was.
say if there's a money shot in there.
Yeah, the Mirror is not super good with
The
that.
Daily Mail isn't.
I wonder if the movie's online on
Yeah.
Elephant Tube.
I'd guess you can't. They have very
Pirate Bay.
hardcore censorship in North Korea
Oh,
of what media gets out.
Okay, so the porn. Yeah, okay, so they can stop it.
So yeah, I don't know.
Their hardcore censorship is more hardcore than their porn.
It's true.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I doubt you could get it. I don't even know if they made the porn. Who knows
Yeah,
if they even
true.
made the porn? If
They
she's
were just-
still alive.
They're building the sets.
Yeah, who knows if she even
They're building and you got wind of it. You got
writing
one.
their shitty script for the porn. Yeah, but who knows if the porn video even existed?
Yeah, you're right. It could be a whole like just a lie.
And if it does exist, then she has some Y chromosomes now.
We should we
Nice.
should make we should make the porn, and then just so we know what it's like. Just make it ourselves.
Sounds
Can we
like you
put
just
you in
want,
a- can we
just
put you
want
in
to
a
make a
dress?
porn with us.
Can we put you in a dress?
No, we gotta get women. Sorry, Manolis.
Oh, I thought it was our chance to.
Be racist.
Yeah.
Okay,
Speaking of fireworks,
What about it?
that's the furnace.
I thought we were supposed to talk about fireworks.
No. I said we had fireworks.
Like 20 minutes ago.
Like, what the fuck? What do you want?
I thought you said, My wife
Pat's
wants me
with
to
us,
talk
and then
about
he's
fireworks.
gone.
Yeah, what happened?
huh?
What? Are you okay?
I'm alright.
All right.
He comes and goes sometimes.
Yeah, you just
I'm
drift
tired.
out.
So,
Oh yeah, he had his kid the whole weekend
Oh.
too, right? That
I've been
That'll
up
do
since
it.
6,
yeah.
That'll do it.
Make anybody tired.
Playing.
Kids.
so Manolis handed me this article before we
I saw it on
started
Facebook.
about basically what the article's saying is that sex makes you, or you like keep a part of the person you have sex with.
That's the point. Like something like girls like what's the Y and X? What is the chromosome? Y and
XY.
XY.
Yeah.
But what are the male one? What's the male one?
The male has an extra chromosome, the Y.
We're X. We're X. Or
We
are
have an
Y?
extra, yeah, the Y.
We're X?
Yeah,
And their girls are Y.
X. No, we're Y.
We're Y?
Guys are Y, girls are X.
So the
So they have
We're XXY. I believe.
they have Y chromosome gene sequences in their blood, and yeah, the Y chromosomes belong to men.
Yeah,
So
but how do they get it?
they get it through our penises.
through that fucking.
But from
Is that?
not actually-
Are you talking
from
about
the actual-
sicentifically dicking?
I think yeah, they get it through a good
Man.
dickin'. That's a scientific
They
term.
they get our
Was it
chromosomes from
girls- Was
Dickens.
it the girls that actually went through the abortion, had the most, or
So-
just girls in general that fuck?
They did 4 different categories of women. Group A had only daughters. Group B had 1 or more miscarriages. Group C had induced abortions, and Group D had never been pregnant before. So Group A had only 8% of the Y chromosome. Group B had 22%. Group C had 57%, which is the abortion group. And then-
induced abortions.
Induced abortion. And then Group D had only 10%.
So basically,
Well, the Y chromosome, we're like blondes. We're not supposed. We're supposed to be abnormal men. We're
So
the abnormal
there's-
abnormality.
What do you mean by abnormal? What do you mean by
It's an we're an extra. I think we're an extra chromosome, or we're one chromosome from extra. Extra is special needs, and then
Yeah.
we're like right behind. Like we're not normal.
Oh, so we're behind Down
which
syndrome?
makes
Yes.
them think a little bit more, or act a little bit more
We're
like
rare.
guys,
Oh, really?
in a sense.
I don't know if it makes them act more than guys, but it says that through intercourse alone, there's a potential for women to hold on to male genes and DNA within their organs and bloodstream for their entire life. And then she makes like this. She goes into this fucking spiritual
But now,
shit. She
see what
starts
I'm
saying
saying,
that
though?
like she's like,
No,
No, I don't.
no, I don't
really.
see what you're saying.
yeah, I don't really
Women-
understand this that much either.
no, but basically, women are crazy, and it's our fault.
It's from our wiener yogurt.
From our wiener yogurt.
Yeah.
We did this.
It's from our Go-Gurt tubes.
So wait, you fuck someone and then they keep a part of you, but it doesn't work the other way around.
No. Well, because we're going into them, I guess.
We're jizzing inside their vaginas.
I guess so. I don't know. This is
But I don't
way
think-
beyond our pay
I don't
grade.
think.
But maybe that's why women are more selective.
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe
like,
it's a
they don't know.
subconscious
About,
thing.
A lot of women don't actually know about this article.
First
but
off,
it's a subconscious.
I don't know if this article
And
is
maybe
real.
that's why women
I
are
don't know if
so.
this article's true. I'm not backing this.
It's not an article.
Not every woman knows about this article, so I don't know if your theory's right.
But like on a subconscious level.
So
Yeah,
much
subconscious.
more widely accepting to homosexual activity.
Ooh.
Women love straight girls make out with other chicks. They find chicks hot and stuff. Maybe only chicks that get fucked by dudes start to get that part of the dude in them, and they start becoming attracted to women.
Ah,
You know what I'm saying?
So you're saying okay.
we're making them lesbians.
So
Right.
what you're saying is women are more accepting to gay people.
No,
Okay.
No,
I'm saying women are more
because of
into
us.
chicks.
We're making them
I
into
think-
dudes. So
Is
the
that
dudes-
but is that
dudes like
nature?
chicks.
Is that nature or nurture?
Nature.
This is getting into a hairy line.
Yeah,
of,
we're
you're not
just like-
born
Well, I
gay.
dated two
Yeah.
girls that
No, this isn't a gay-
broke up with me for girls, so I think it's
Yeah,
nurture
okay, but-
because it's my fault. There was something.
Yeah, this is what I love about this podcast. This
I think
this is
I think
exactly
anybody
what I
that's
love
gay
about
is
this
always
pod-
usually like nature. Is that?
Yeah, it's nature.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Is like, well, then your
But we're
argument
still
is
part of nature. We're like my jizz
Yeah,
is
that's what I
the
mean.
nature in a
So,
fucking
but,
vagina.
but you're saying is women are more attractive because we put that in them.
They're more attracted to other women.
Because we put that in them.
Yes,
'Cause
but
we're
not with
attracted to-
machines,
Oh, you
with
don't
our
wanna tell a
natural
woman that
bodily
shit.
functions.
You want to tell a woman
well, by
that
this
shit?
article that a woman
Yes,
wrote,
the article off Facebook.
Yeah, but I don't think she's
no,
saying.
I wasn't written for Facebook.
Okay.
It was on link.
It doesn't
content
say that
Facebook.
in the
Yeah,
article.
those are all
though. That was our
legit.
conclusion.
What?
It doesn't say that in the article. I don't want to give people the
Be
wrong
clear.
idea about this.
What
I'm
is
not
the-
sure this is.
What
like,
does the
even
abortion
factual.
thing have to do with anything?
I guess it's like it's not miscarriages. Yeah, I guess they just don't like the men inside them, so they said fuck. I don't know.
Well, she's saying wear a condom.
Because
Yeah.
you get men's all
get that.
inside you.
That bed's all up inside
I don't.
you.
I don't know if I agree with the idea that it's us that makes them attracted to women. I don't know if I agree with that.
I gotta side.
But why
That's just
are
a
women
side
so
thing that we're
beautiful?
talking about, though.
That they can
We're
find that.
not.
This is where I got it from.
I know you got it from.
There's just too
What's
much.
the name of the website?
CollectiveEvolution.com.
But even girls, like every guy likes watching two chicks make out. Even girls like watching two chicks make out. But even there's girls
I
who
also like
don't
watching two
like
chicks
watching two
fighting.
guys make out.
I like watching two chicks fight.
I don't.
I do. I
I'm
watched
not
one last
comfortable
night.
with that.
Oh, it's awesome.
What do you mean you saw it like on Facebook? Or
No,
you-
outside.
Yes.
So it's got legit sources.
Yeah, I mean, this is, the American Medical Journal, which looks peer reviewed, and then Wikipedia, which isn't a legit source, and then some
We're so stupid.
other website.
No, but so
We're all so stupid.
it's saying that it's,
Oh yeah,
so
but it's saying
dumb.
that it's been. It's
They
not
were
just,
so
It's
dumb.
not just an article.
Every
It's been
single
researched,
one.
right?
yeah. She does. some
But there's something
research
that's
back there.
definitely interesting.
It
though.
is interesting.
So
We're fucking up women.
it's
I like
basically
your
saying
theory that we make them crazy.
we make them crazy. Like, if they're thinking, they're not meant to think like men. If they're thinking a little bit more like men, it's in contrast to the fact that they're also
with our chromosomes
their-
up and all up
We
We
inside.
make-
make them bitches
we're
crazy
making
with
them
our
crazy.
dicks.
It's our fault.
We're like that Danone commercial where Shakira's dancing inside the women's bodies.
That's Activia.
Whatever. It's
Is that why sluts are always crazy?
well. See, like maybe we're making the girls that end up like
That
being
makes
more
sense, actually.
promiscuous,
That works
The
great.
girls that are more
Is that why
promiscuous.
sluts. All right.
Yeah,
Girls that are more promiscuous. It's because they're thinking like dudes. Because we're in them.
All right. I don't want to. I went as far as crazy. I'm not going as far as that.
I don't know. I'm just saying there's so many possibilities to this in a way. It's weird. It's nuts.
I think we have two possibilities.
the only there's his too. There's Pat's.
How
There's
about the
three.
women that build gazebos? They're thinking like men too.
Maybe they're fucking them.
Right.
right?
Thank you.
But the point is, I think, is
What about
be
the
more
women that-
picky.
What about
Women
what
need
about
to be
the
more
women that
picky.
put spoilers on the back of their cars? Thinking like men.
What about
So the
lesbians
answer, I got it.
who have
Women
never
should
got a
only
good
fuck
dick
gay
in?
men.
Thinking like women.
that fucking sucks.
They probably got dick. They probably brushed up against a urinal.
They got that good
They
dick.
probably brushed up.
They brushed up against a urinal.
She was working as a janitor and she accidentally got too much porcelain. Whoa, no!
Oh, now I
sorry,
want
though, I
to fuck
think-
some chicks.
Women have to be more picky, I think.
I wear you brush up against a urinal as a woman, then you're like, I gotta go to a monster truck. Ladies, if you start feeling like you gotta go to a monster truck, you got a lot of Y chromosome inside.
You gotta start putting that condom on that dick.
On the yak.
Yeah, like chicks that know stuff about sports.
Yeah. Yeah.
Turn off.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I can't
Big
stand
time.
it.
When chicks are like,
Oh,
oh,
dude.
is that the-" when they're all, no, you can tell it's fake.
No way.
Yeah.
I hate it when it's fake, yeah.
They're like, oh my god, oh yeah, they have a team that they love. They're like,
Yeah, but
oh,
there
my
are
team's
women
playing,
that-
and they're like, hey, name one player. I just like the team.
yeah.
I feel stupider
That's
coming
them
out
trying.
of this
It's like
podcast.
why?
It does. It does. There are women that like sports.
No,
That's
there's
it.
not.
Okay.
I
Well,
award you no points and make up.
Women who pretend to like
well,
sports.
it's good that we have no.
It's just as annoying as guys.
This is
who
the podcast
pretend.
where we lost all our female listeners.
I don't know if we had any.
Yeah, it's true.
To
But
be
the one
fair.
we did have, that's gone. Transgendered. It's gone. Transgendered person that listens to our podcast. It's good.
We have one transgender listener.
That's it.
I don't know whether I should keep listening or not.
This is
Life's been easy up until this point.
What do we have? I don't know.
We have a mulatto transgender listener who doesn't have a clue.
Jewish transgender.
A Jewish German transgender
Who goes to-
mulatto listening
who
to a
goes to
podcast
Albion.
that is so confused
She's a
whether to be
teacher at
offended or not.
Albion.
Someone, I put my Jesus picture.
Yeah.
I put him in the frames.
Oh yeah, yeah. In
And
the
I
stores.
get in the stores like at Valley Villages. Someone took a picture of one, saw one. Look, it's working.
Here, what's
Is that one of your followers or is that just a stranger?
Oh, is that
No,
Matt
it was a
Jelly?
it's it was Matt Shelley.
Yeah, he's cool.
do you have
Great guy.
Do we have any questions?
Yeah, there was at Ankle Biters asked us about getting into stand-up comedy, right, Nick?
Yes.
How to or
Let me just get that up
They just
again.
said getting into stand-up comedy with a question mark.
Starting out in stand-up. Yeah,
we're
that's
thinking
basically.
about it.
Yeah, we're thinking about it.
So starting out in stand-up comedy.
Yeah,
How
that's.
did
that's
you
what-
guys start?
Went to open mics, just watched.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Wait, was that the question though? How did we get into it?
Or just talk about
They
it.
just
about
put
the subject.
starting stand-up comedy question mark.
How about starting in stand-up? That's what they said.
as a topic.
Are they asking about? Yeah, I guess how we all did. What got
What's,
you?
wait,
into
wait,
it?
what's the best way to start stand-up comedy?
The best way to, I guess,
Like, is that
show
kind
up
of-
and watch.
Write some jokes.
Yeah, write
down.
some jokes.
on
That's a good
paper.
idea. Yeah.
Start with one-liners if you need to.
Don't be homophobic. Try not to.
Try not to be racist.
Yeah. Try to be honest.
You'll
Just
be
try to-
really nervous at first, but it'll get easier to go up in front of people.
Yeah, if you it's great to have like just have the mentality of it's going to get better. I guess like to
And then
Okay.
have all that joy and dreams just killed,
Yeah, exactly.
stomped on, and shit
No,
on.
Don't like personal relationships.
Be sure what you want out of your life.
Yeah.
And if you
Have
have,
a
a stage
dysfunctional
name
childhood.
planned before you start, don't
Don't do
start.
What's wrong?
Say that again. I didn't hear
If
it.
you have a stage name prepared
Yeah.
and you haven't even started stand-up yet,
Yeah.
tell
Hey,
yourself.
this particularly for ethnic comics, don't have a stage name. Don't have a stage name.
I think
Big XL, any of that kind of shit.
Pepsi Venezuela.
Well, that's from it's Pepsi Vuvuzela.
you gotta be just. I would say just make sure you're okay with that. Because if you do it and get into it, everything else in your life kind of becomes second.
Yeah.
Like almost everything is secondary. Like
Yeah.
you first it's all comedy, and then it's like, okay, and then now let's try to get laid, or now it's like, whatever.
Yeah.
If you bomb, it's not the end of the world.
Yep.
It happens constantly. Some
It's
more
gonna
than
happen
others.
for the rest of your career at some.
But
you're gonna have
You'll
bumps.
redeem yourself
Yeah.
within a week or a day.
Doesn't matter.
And you can always learn something from every show, even if it's bad. You can always, learn something from any room, any stage. You can learn something.
It's okay to tank.
Yep.
Because these people that like, it's like, because you're like, oh, I can't believe it. And you're thinking about them, thinking about you, thinking like, oh my God, that guy sucked or whatever. But like, those people, when they leave,
They're not even thinking about you.
They'll
within
forget
10
about you.
yeah, within 10 minutes, they're not even. They're not like Tuesday. Like, man, that guy was horrible.
Like, they'll
Yeah.
talk shit about you, but they won't remember your
Yeah.
name or what you look like. They
And
just
you're
say
gonna
that
be better,
that
and
one
you-
guy.
And in 6 months, you're gonna be better. And it's also never make any show bigger than it is. Like nothing. Like if you bomb at a show or kill at a show, don't think that that's reflective of the entire rest of your career. Like
Yeah.
things are gonna
Ron
just go
Jossel
far.
told me one time. He's like, if you have a good show, hold your head low. If you have a bad show, hold your head high.
Yeah,
That's kind of cool.
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I like that.
You gotta. Basically, this whole thing is to make yourself a diamond, and just make yourself impenetrable, just hard.
If you want to learn how to write jokes, if you have like no context at all, Comedy Writing Secrets. I can't remember who the author is, but that's a good book.
Judy Carter.
Right.
One thing I would say is like, if you get offended really easily, then maybe it's not for you. Like I found like if you get offended by anything, you don't have like that self-reflection to sort of go think about why something may or may not offend you, and then sort of articulate that into a bit or something like that, rather than getting like offended, I guess. Because I know there's like even some local comedians and that I noticed like they'll get offended by something really really trivial, like calling somebody a homo or something like that. Or like, oh, I'm not a homo, I'm like straight, you know, like that kind of thing. And just getting super.
That's less than common. That's more about like just.
Bill Maher has a book.
That's yeah. Out of the closet. Would you call me homo?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, I just mean like just getting offended by stuff. If you're the type of person who gets offended by stuff, it's going to be really hard to survive. I feel.
That depends on the comics you hang out with.
Yeah, I
too.
don't know. I think you can still get offended at stuff. Everybody's different too. You're just
I
gonna
think
be
he
a
means
different
don't
dude.
have it. I can't speak for you, but
Yeah.
I'm guessing don't have it. You gotta have thick skin, especially when you're hanging out with comics.
And don't take it seriously, like anything.
Don't worry about what other
Shut
comics
the
are doing.
fuck up,
Seriously,
dude.
is he? Seriously, is he?
No, but
You know
is
what?
he's
When
Yeah.
you speak, ring your bell first.
Okay.
And then
There, that's a
Ding,
thick
ding,
skin thing.
Don't
Yeah,
worry.
it's a thick skin.
Say
Yeah.
yours was good. What was it again?
Don't worry about what other comics are doing and
yeah,
getting.
that's exactly.
yeah,
That's
really important.
That's the best one.
That's the best. It's like
Yeah.
no matter.
Builds up at their own pace.
Everything, yeah, it's a marathon. It's
If you're
so
doing
long.
this because it makes you happy, then that's all that matters. Whether you're like on Saturday Night Live or you're just doing Kitchener,
You'll play shit rooms because you love playing. You love doing stand up.
you should be
That's
just
it.
you should be happy. Just be happy.
Yeah, that's it. Hey, yeah, because you're gonna live for this moment. Whatever you have
You're doing
right
it-
now, be happy for what it.
It
be
doesn't.
happy
It
in that
takes
moment.
about a year, like 6 months to a year, when you start. Where guys, I see it all. I've seen it 1,000 fucking times now. Where like there's like, what the fuck? Why is that guy doing this? Why is that guy got this? And what the fuck? Like it's just like, dude, you're like,
Yeah, you're a year in.
yeah, and yet you're. Why aren't you just going? I'm doing stand up comedy. That's what
I
I
always-
wanted to do.
I always hear comics say that. Like they're always like the guys that are always like, "Who's doing? Why is this person that?" Why they never last. You never see them again.
Well, they burn out.
Yeah, they
'Cause
burn out so quick.
it's that you're creating mental breakdowns for yourself.
Yeah, you're worried and stressed.
That's probably important for any art too, is
Yeah.
to just not compare yourself to other people. Just like do your own thing, and just like Manola said it best, just like you're doing it. So just
I
enjoy
mean,
that.
as good as you think you are, are you the only one that is allowed to be good?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And you're
And
right.
at what level does that start? Even you know what I mean? Like if someone's already a famous comedian, you don't care. Like no one's going, what the fuck? Why did Louis get another special on HBO? How the fuck did he? No one thinks about that. But if it's someone you know,
Yeah,
they're like, what the fuck?
It's like getting because they
Because
do
you're too
that feeling.
close. You've been.
If you're being
That should have been
yourself,
me. You start to think
If you-
bullshit like that.
Yeah.
if you're being honest and you're being yourself, you're not going to compare yourself to other people. You're just not because no one's like you.
I always find it this to me. And it's not just comedians. I think everybody's got a little bit of this in life, and I always compare it to like being. Like you're in the fast lane and you want it, and the guy's doing $150, 115 or 120. You want to speed. You want to do 140, and the guy won't. And there's no cars in front of him, right? And so what do? You go. If you wait for your opportunity, you go in the right, in the middle lane. You go past them, and you go in the back into left lane. And you go. You can go right.
Yeah.
So what always happens? What always happens? So you finally get your break. You get over that middle lane, and you're trying to get past the guy to go around him, right? What does that guy do every time?
Peas out the window.
Yeah. What does it happen?
Oh, he speeds up and
He
doesn't let you in.
Well, tries to not let you, but he
Yeah.
starts to speed up. So there you go.
No, that's wrong.
he speeds up. Why? Because no one in life likes to be passed.
No, nobody does. Nobody likes to be.
They don't. People don't like
Fucking
being
hate
passed.
it.
People don't like being passed in the fucking fast lane, like in a car ride, and you're just going to Toronto anyways or whatever. Like that guy can't go faster than me. Like so, it's like it just goes from there. It's like it's all bullshit. Anyways,
It's do your own pace. Be happy in the moment.
And don't speed.
Don't speed.
But
Yeah.
piss out that window.
Piss out that window.
Stay out of the carpool
son. Crew. Izzy has a crew hat on.
Yo, crew.
I do.
Who's your crew?
Oh, you son of a bitch!
I just asked who's your crew.
Everybody asked me.
You
that.
say it's your what's your diarrhea? Diarrhea.
Crohn's.
Yeah,
Crohn's
it's
crew.
Crohn's is your crew.
Crohn's,
Crohn's
with a K.
crew. Crohn's crew.
I thought I was gonna be in the crew.
You should
What,
go
you
like
want to be in the crew?
Yeah.
Jordan, okay, we get
Game
Crohn's.
of Crohn's, baby.
Yeah, we'll rub our buttholes together. That's how. That's how
I
you
don't want to be in the
transfer
crew anymore.
that's really hard to do. You gotta really pull
it.
the
You
cheeks
just pull the
apart.
cheeks apart and just. Or you
Can I
kind
get
of.
out of the crew?
It's called
As
Not
you
if it's prolapse.
Purity.
All right, let's
What?
do this.
It's easier to touch when it's prolapse.
It's called Eskimo kissing.
I just, oh. I guess that's pancaking, kind of like the cupcake thing.
Oh,
This
this
thing
is,
where you put, is it docking with the?
But you
oh
put
yeah,
it in.
it's the airlock.
We both have foreskins.
You're docking
Yeah.
airlocks.
Let's do this.
You're boarding the ship.
You circumcised? Well, I guess I'm
Yeah, I'm
not.
circumcised.
You are. Well,
Yeah, I'm proud of it.
I can still trailer hit you.
Disgusting.
It doesn't make any sense. You don't need to circumcise people.
No,
Like
Unless they're
if I
alive.
was a woman and said I was circumcised, people were like, "What the fuck happened to you? Why is it okay to circumcise
Well,
men?"
because those usually happen with like broken beer bottles. And, like,
yeah,
a
but I
back-
didn't have a choice in my circumcision either.
That's true.
I didn't
Neither
get a
did I,
choice.
and
was
I'm
just-
glad
You
about
want
it.
to put? You want
Yeah,
them
no,
to
it
put
looks
back?
better.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
You know
It
how
looks
ugly
better.
my perfect penis would
But you
look
don't
with
get a choice.
out a circumcision?
I'm not judging you personally, like your penis, perfect penis.
Well, it's perfect.
Perfect.
You know, I
I-
go to the sex shop, I see all these molds of dildos, I'm like, they modeled that after mine. For sure.
They must have been on my Instagram. How did they know? How did
no, that's my
Are
Instagram,
you
but mine looks like an
circumcised?
earthworm.
I'm
Look
circumcised.
how you're interested in Manolis.
Disgusting.
Are you?
Oh, yeah, I
I
always
know.
forget that
You're
you're
not
not.
circumcised?
He's
I'm
a
not.
Shriner's hat.
So it's just 3 against 3.
Are you not circumcised?
I'm not circumcised.
You fucking
Ew,
dirty motherfucker.
are you?
This is
You
fucked
guys
up.
better keep pants on in my house.
Yeah.
All you
Those
gotta do is
dirty
make sure
pieces.
I
you,
already have them off right now.
Those,
I've rubbed my fucking
never wear
tiny
shorts.
foreskin all over your
Oh,
couch.
you're like a pirate
Your
ship.
bed
You're
pillows.
dirty and you're full of dirty diseases that not even been invented
I
yet.
feel like if you don't bathe for 3 days and you pull your skin back, there's like crusty orange.
It's called smegma, and that is a thing.
It
Yeah,
is?
yeah.
See,
Something
that's
happens
fucking
like that.
gross.
I
Here's
don't
the
got-
It's
thing
not
with that.
orange, though.
You're supposed to wash every day, though. You're not supposed to not.
Yeah.
shower cat.
Yeah,
but
but
they
you
don't
might
do
be in
that
a
in my shit.
situation where you
Nope.
just can't
Can't
maintain
Like,
it, and all of a
yours
sudden
is
you got
day
some
up.
fucking
Yours is
disease.
daily. That's his situation. Daily when you can't take a shower.
Yeah.
I have one.
Tuesday, you can't take a shower.
I can go weeks
There's-
without a shower, not a spot on my penis.
That's
other
bragging. That's how we brag.
Except for those
There's-
red splotches.
There's one
red
statistic that you
splotches.
can't really.
Those are blood stains.
I don't know, there's one statistic that I find really interesting, and that is
It's from the victim.
Guys,
Pulling
children.
countries where they circumcise their kids has the highest amount of erectile dysfunction usage.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah,
Wait.
because when you're cutting that off, you're cutting off like
Wait a second,
30%
that's
of
not-
the sensation, and that sensation helps maintain erection.
So,
Too
dudes
much
with
sensation.
dudes without
Bullshit.
foreskin,
I do.
without foreskin,
Yeah,
basically
yeah,
have
I
boner
got- I
problems
got- it
later in
lights
life.
up.
Well,
Yeah.
there's so
Yeah.
many other things
That's
that
so
could
much
be involved in
sensation.
in that article.
Just imagine
well-
we got him sad.
No, like in that test, like maybe
conversations,
that
guys.
country
Sorry.
also has the highest cocaine use or highest smoking use or something. You know what I mean? Just because
were
they have the most
circumcised.
circumcisions and they also
Who
get
did this
erectile
study? You?
dysfunction.
You guys are so jealous because you're fucking elephant trunks.
It's actually an
Fucking
anteater.
Mario flowers.
You'll
Yeah,
be
you're-
fine. You're losing your hair, right?
And
Yeah,
eaters.
I got a lot of testosterone.
So they'll be fine.
Yeah, he's too much man for his hair.
Too much.
Is that how it works?
Pretty dicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too much
Usually guys-
testosterone?
We're the pretty dick. We're the pretty dick.
Yeah, I get apparently
Yeah.
like bald dudes like.
That's why we're
have a lot of
fiends.
Boners forever.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
We're ugly dick crews. Are you circumcised?
No, but
Yeah,
I'm
you
going
guys
to.
are- You're the ugly dick crews.
You're gonna get circumcised?
Yeah, I'm
That's
thinking
stupid.
about it.
You gotta
Changed
do it
his
drunk.
mind in the last
No,
4
no,
minutes.
no. I've been thinking
You
about
gotta
it.
do- you gotta
Sick
do it
of
drunk.
cleaning the orange
Yeah?
crusty mold out of your
There's
dick.
no. Isn't,
There's
It's
no
not
orange
orange.
mold.
Actually, and you're more susceptible to HIV and
Oh,
AIDS and other STDs.
Oh shit!
I still get boners.
Whatever. And
Why?
and scurvy. You guys get scurvy.
You're gonna get,
I was telling
you're not gonna
Jordan-
get boners sooner because you're cut off fucking. some
You're
top.
susceptible to scurvy, and you can.
I don't even know what that is.
But I heard
crust
that the
underneath
argument
your
was
thing can make bread.
I thought the argument was because you're cutting off nerve endings, so you're robbing yourself of sensations during sex. What does it have to do with keeping an erection?
I think
I've
someone
heard
gave
that.
me more sensations when they cut it off
I don't know. I don't
because I'm very sensational.
We're all talking about medical stuff. None of us are doctors.
We don't know shit.
Is your wrestling
It's
man
fine
gonna be
I don't
Pepsi
want to feel my
sensation?
dick more.
Yeah, I feel my dick too much.
I wish once I got the erection, I didn't feel it at all.
Yeah, just let it go. Let it be itself.
Then you just put a
Wait,
little.
come too soon, you mean?
What? No, I just want to keep going now.
You can get numbing cream.
Well, that's the point. You gotta
Nah.
stop. That she wants you to stop.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
No, you guys can. You guys probably feel the same thing we feel.
No,
No.
there's more.
I think there's just more
There's more
friction
nerve
on
ending.
yours.
No, there's more.
You
endings
get
on-
more. You
There's
get
more friction.
There's a lot. Like someone when you're finished, when you're circumcised and you finish coming, someone gives you a tray of brownies.
Yeah, well, when we're finished, we get our foreskin stuck to our legs sometimes. So,
They try to throw it to the
that?
No,
garbage.
the dick's still up, but the foreskin's
No, but
all
you ever throw the pickle away from when you're getting a cheeseburger at McDonald's?
Yeah.
And you don't throw it hard and then it sticks against the wall?
That's what you guys
That
have to do.
happens.
That happens with the foreskin. The doctor tries to throw in the garbage. It's like, you didn't throw it right. It gets stuck on your knee.
It's called
Yeah.
Spider-Man 2-ing.
it's true.
When I was little, I was telling Jordan about this after the podcast on Friday. My brother and I were going to go karting, and I was excited, so I'm running down the stairs and I zip my
Oh
foreskin.
fuck! Shut up!
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude, this is fucking.
Oh.
This is a tough story.
Stop,
And
please.
the doctor, I went to the hospital. The nurse.
Wait, no, you do. The funny part is the fact that
Oh, I fell down the stairs too.
You fell down the stairs too.
Well, down the last three I ran, and I did it.
okay, so he was at this point he was fatty karate.
Okay,
He was
clearly.
really excited to be going. Okay, so
Exercise without running.
his friend's mom is in their parking
Yeah.
lot waiting, honking her horn because they're about to go karting. So he's quickly trying to put pants on, gets his zipper caught in his foreskin, which just happened to me the other day too. That was how we got in this conversation.
Yeah.
Except yours was like violently caught in there.
Oh, mine all the way.
As he
It
was-
went through it.
As he was running down the stairs, so when it got caught, he tumbled down the last set of stairs with the foreskin caught in the zipper.
That's what I said.
Yeah, all right, but
What?
there was all that context.
Yeah, I said that.
And now your zipper is
Over
stuck
my-
on your dick.
Yeah, the teeth are completely
Oh my god.
completely all over it.
Like something about Mary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
And then
gonna
I
say.
screamed like a little girl. And
That's
like
normal.
vice grips on your leg.
How did
Yeah.
that happen? Why was he
I would
not
say
in
it's
your
like vice
boxers?
grips on your leg.
I don't know. I guess it fell out
Out
the
of the pee
Pope's
hole?
hole.
See, I always buy boxers with a button because my
No, the-
sometimes my penis comes out of my pee hole and then it rubs against my zipper in my pants.
Yeah, that's
and it
uncomfortable
stings.
too.
Yeah,
That's why I like the boxer briefs because it kind of covers it. The buttonhole, mine always would go through the because it's in two spots. It would always go through the bottom of it. So
Oh, it's that small.
yeah, it's very small.
You button it up and still.
Dude,
No.
don't tell me we're like this. We're like 12-year-olds in the
No, that's
locker room.
it doesn't have
Your
anything to
dick
do
is
with.
that small,
Whip
is it?
it
If it was-
Ain't it?
If it was
Whip it.
big, it could fall through too. Your dick doesn't fall through the hole. You have to get a button
The
for
smaller one would be falling through the top, wouldn't it?
it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Dude, you don't have to.
I always feel like I have to
Yes,
justify
you
You don't have to
myself.
justify the size of your penis. We're
Okay,
not those
so
kind
I
of
get to
people.
the hospital. My dad freaks
Speak for
out, and he's
yourself.
put it. He put Vaseline.
it
He's
out.
like, "Here, put Vaseline on it." So I'm rubbing
Your
it.
dad said put that. He didn't
Yeah.
do it.
He said, "Here,
No,
let
he
me,
didn't do
let
it,
me."
and I'm like trying to yank it. I'm trying to yank it through, and I'm just like, "Yeah," and it's fucking in there good. So we go to the hospital, and the nurse sees
she
the
sexy?
Vaseline.
Was she hot?
Yeah, she was okay,
Eh.
but she sees the Vaseline on my fucking foreskin
It's like-
and my dick, and I was like maybe 12 or 13, and she's just like, "Oh my god!" She thought it was cum. My dad's like, "Oh no, don't worry, I don't think he can do that yet." And the doctor comes in and looks at me like I'm a fucking idiot, and then goes to my dad. Oh
Who
yeah,
looked at your penis?
the doctor and the nurse.
Did they have to get the jaws of life?
No, all you have to do, and my parents should have known this, owning a dry cleaner, is you cut the bottom of the zipper, and it just opens from the bottom.
No.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I sat
Now,
in the
that makes
fucking.
sense.
I sat in the waiting room at the hospital for fucking 3 hours for the doctor. The nurse
Dude, if
didn't do
that
it. The
happens to
doctor
you-
just went. right on the bottom
You
tab.
were there for 3 hours with
Yeah.
the cut in there?
Yeah,
Oh
and
my
I was.
God.
Now I have a
Did you
scar.
read a magazine?
What?
Were you reading?
He's just sitting there.
There's a scar around your foreskin.
Yeah, yeah.
Can we see it?
I'd rather not. But
The best part was the smile.
Good one, right?
See, guys, I'm trying.
so
Yeah.
now, and
I'm still in the game. I'm still in the game.
now that I look back on it, I didn't know what a circumcision was at the time. But the doctor asked my dad, like, it'd probably be best and more aesthetically pleasing if he's gonna have a scar. You wanted to circumcise him, and he's like, nope,
Never.
no,
Oh,
no,
so you
leave
saw
it
a
there.
son of mine?
What? I still have a scar.
He
And-
won't run this
girls
dry cleaning
comment on
empire with a circumcised penis. Not my dry cleaning
Yeah, why
empire.
was your dad so against circumcision?
I don't know.
He's probably jealous.
No, he's like super Italian.
Old school?
They don't do that in Europe apparently.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's very uncommon to get.
Yeah, it's
circumcised.
only common in North America and like Israel.
Is your dad Super Mario?
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
He used to have a
He'd be-
mustache,
he'd be
too.
really against it.
Yeah, Super Mario.
He'd be
really
totally against it.
Yeah.
He'd be like,
Why you gotta be so racist,
that's
Gavin?
not racist. Super Mario's positive for Italians.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He is.
What's
Keeps his,
what?
keeps his job.
Yeah, exactly.
He
And
saves his girl.
he saves his girl.
He hangs
Yeah.
out with his brother.
Yeah.
That's all they do is they hang out with their family and their siblings.
Thank you. So, I don't know what you're complaining about.
Italians are the worst.
What-
They let him in a
black-
castle.
What's a black superhero? What do we got?
Oh, this fucking guy. What is that?
That's
Green
no, I mean
Lantern.
a video game character. Exactly.
Parappa the Rapper.
Wait.
no, that was a dog.
Well,
Oh,
there
was
you
it?
go.
Yeah, Parappa the Rapper's a dog.
Jax from Mortal Kombat.
NBA,
Oh, he was great.
NBA 2K7.
Finish it. Finish it. His arms are ripped off. That was on the first game. It
Yeah.
came out. It's not really a video game.
There's a video game, Mr.
San Andreas. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Yeah,
all
there's
black people
that-
almost.
Yeah, that whole game. You're right. I forgot about Grand Theft Auto. That whole game is pretty much blacks and Asians and Latinos.
Well, San Andreas.
Sorry, I apologize.
It's okay. It's okay.
Should we do? We've been.
Only play video games with black protagonists.
That's it. So it's all Grand Theft Auto.
I only play San Andreas on my PS1.
I wish I had a PS1, dude.
Do you have PS4 yet?
I have PS3. That's it.
I have my PS3, but it's like
You
dying
don't-
out.
No.
Gavin doesn't deserve video games
What the fuck are you?
because you're a jerk, dude.
No, I'm good. I'm a good man.
If we like,
With
say,
a sensational
say
penis.
There's a time like we do this at 2:30. Like we're doing it at 8 o'clock. We start at 8 today instead. But you guys all leave and I hang out with Gavin for a bit.
Yeah.
Like normally, like if I was at your place, maybe you turn on the TV, watch some TV, and we
Oh,
talk.
I don't play games that often. He's exaggerating. It's a lot for
Oh,
him.
I had a
I
friend
think it's a
that
lot.
did that.
He'll start to just play his Batman.
Yeah, but you
Game.
you put your my pillows between your crotch and then go on your phone looking for girls.
Yeah, because you don't talk to me.
I didn't talk to you.
Because you're too busy trying to save the world through Batman.
Oh yeah, see,
Lego
I'm saving
game.
the world.
I
I
had a
haven't played
friend
Star
do
Wars
that,
Lego.
but he also
Star-
wouldn't share either. Like he'd go, "Hey, come over. Like let's."
I
hang
only
out."
have one controller.
Yeah, but he wouldn't like let me take a turn. Like, oh, okay, I died
He
here.
doesn't
You go
deserve it.
play.
Did you keep going over?
I eventually stopped.
Yeah, see, that's your fault. You
Yeah,
kept
but he
going
wouldn't.
over.
He'd invite me, and I'm like, yeah, sure, let's hang out.
If you were at
I-
my house, do you think I'd go on the porn start masturbating?
Yeah.
While you were like,
That's your video games.
Yeah.
You
That's
probably
what
would.
Did that
Manila's,
the last time I was over.
Yeah, that's probably what you would do. Exactly. You did it, Jordan. You're like, Jordan, check this shit out. What is it? I'm jerking off.
so if we drink jizz,
Okay, this is good. I'm
I
glad
like
you're
where
asking.
this is going.
It is an open-ended question.
oh yeah,
Alright.
or if we get jizz in our asshole, does that mean we become more manly then?
Oh, you flip that shit.
Well, answer the question.
Yes.
So that's the secret to being.
Yeah, you become Rambo in First Blood.
That's how Rambo got
Yeah,
so jacked.
that's when he had to sew up his own arm.
He went to Albion.
Yeah, he drank a lot of cum before he did that.
All right.
Yeah,
The gym showers.
Now I know.
now you know. Yeah,
The more you
Arnold,
know.
Arnold Schwarzenegger in Predator, the first one, that guy drank like a tub of cum,
Yeah, bathtub of cum.
a bathtub of cum. He was more man than you can handle. Herbie the Love Bug, filled with cum.
Yeah.
Filled with cum.
What do they do with all that leftover bukkake cum?
They
Give it to action movie
stars, so they can be more manly on set. The Expendables, you know how much cum that movie has to
use.
A good couple
Such a
quarts.
lemon.
But
That's not the first one.
I like the first one. It's the point. It's the part in the movie where he's shooting. Where I'm like, this is stupid. This is stupid. This is stupid. This is stupid. And then I'm like, oh, it's supposed to be stupid.
I know.
I
It's
can't
so stupid.
stand fucking Chuck Norris.
They're all
It's
trying
all
to say,
dumb.
they're all going back to save some fucking chick or something.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Like if you're like when you're in your 20s, you're like then that works in movies where the guy's dubbing up to go back to wherever. I gotta save her. When you're like your 50s or 60s,
You're
like,
out
no,
of
no,
that.
there'll be other girls.
There's other chicks. This one's not.
Let's not fuel up the plane.
I don't need to go antique shopping this Sunday. Let's just go.
If we just don't go back, everything's
Yeah.
fine.
I don't need to go check out garage sales next weekend. Let's go.
So I don't have to break up with her. Is that what you're saying?
I hope. Do we have enough fuel to go now? Okay, let's go. What are we waiting for? End of the movie. It's like a 15-minute long movie. It's just credits. It's like
It
that's
shows
it.
What's the movie guys called? The what?
The Expendables?
It shows the Expendables all playing video games.
Yeah, it's sitting on the plane quietly flying back. That's
There's like a room with all the bad guys waiting with the girl tied to a chair. They're all like,
$50 million. You can get her back. I bet.
well, I guess they're
gave her.
not coming.
Yeah, just I don't. Yeah,
They just let her go.
They just let her go.
fuck it.
50 million, eh?
She gets like a
I
low
hope you enjoy your
self-esteem.
girlfriends. I hope you enjoy your new girlfriend because we're out. This is the worst. It's a 15-minute long movie.
I'm not believing you're like at the writing table. I'm not believing this. You know?
Yeah, one 50-year-old guy. He writes the movie.
Like it's Sylvester Stallone isn't he the main guy that wants to go save? It's like I'll go with you too. It's like I'm not. It's like
All six of them fucker.
You got a
at the end.
60-year-old guy who's just like he's tired of
like,
having
fuck it,
sex.
dude. Like yeah, show the guy like, are you kidding me? Are you really gonna go? Go! Like you don't. You just go. You leave. You don't go with your friend in a plane and maybe die over some chick.
You just leave her. You doing okay?
I think we're winding down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good.
You doing okay? You doing okay? You doing okay? How are you doing?
You got me
You got energy. I got energy. I got a second wind for some reason.
I don't
You
have
got
a
me
second one.
excited
I
for
took an energy
fireworks.
drink before we started.
You took a drink?
Took a energy drink.
Do they work?
Yeah, they work for about 4 hours. Yeah, they're not safe. Like I always have a moment where like, oh, I might have a heart attack, and like, oh, okay, everything's okay.
That I took Red Bull for the first time in South Africa, and I think they're higher with whatever they got in it, caffeine or something. Fuck! I felt like the room was like I was doing my set, and I felt like the room was just spinning so quickly, and I was just getting lower and lower because I took like 3 or 4 of them. Jason was drinking them like crazy.
Oh my god!
And I was just getting lower and lower to the ground.
Actually got mentioned on Joe Rogan's podcast, Jason Rose.
Recently?
Yeah, just last episode. Or
No
not the
way.
last
What
one.
were they saying about
He
Jason
just like basically mentioned him, and they mentioned some other guy named that was last name Rose. I can't remember what his name was.
Sean Rouse.
Yeah, I think that sounds right.
Yeah, Sean
right?
Rouse is-
Actually, okay.
Yeah,
Do
they
you know about this, Pat?
No, but I know the other guy.
I was listening to the Stanhope podcast, and he was talking to Mitch Hedberg's ex-wife, I guess, or ex-girlfriend, and they just started talking about Rouse for like 15, 20 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And now
Saying
we're
how-
talking about Rouse.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
I know,
was
we're
Doug
celebrities.
Stanhope. It was on Joe Rogan's podcast talking about him too.
What?
Doug
Doug
Stanhope.
Stanhope.
Yeah.
And we jumped the shark on this episode. Is
Yeah.
it?
I think we have. What we
I
got?
think we jumped the shark on
I
this
think.
episode.
I think.
It's getting meta
Rouse is
now.
one of those guys that.
Yeah, it's like getting really
it's amazing
meta.
how many famous people know he is too.
Yeah.
You're like, I remember that back in the day, like before Russell was famous too. Like he was like, fuck, man, Russell knows a lot of famous people.
Yeah.
It's like Rouse is kind of in that window right now. I think we're like, how's this guy not famous? But I like jumping the shark.
What do you want to? How do you wanna? So I think we should wrap up now.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm feeling like getting a pita, and you got me excited for fireworks.
I
Yeah.
gotta find the fireworks.
Well, I'm gonna go to Viva La Pita while you look for them then.
Anybody have anything to plug?
I do.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
First, I want to just say, I think of, I don't know, there's 3 things I want to say. When we're talking about when I was talking about fucking getting come up my ass
Yes.
and being more,
Of course.
Yeah, of
made
course.
me
that-
think come up my ass and becoming more of a man.
More of a man.
Right? It was making like me think of there's a great bit that's kind of in that angle where Steve Hughes, he's a comedian. He's got a great bit on that, like just about about gay people being like
The
not
Australian?
gay. Yeah,
The Australian guy?
yeah. I don't want to give away the bit, but just I guess it's about fucking men. I guess.
And that's your plug.
Well, that's one of my plugs. Check out Steve Hughes. He's fucking funny, man.
It's a good plug.
What's wrong with that plug?
Okay, another.
Fucking asshole.
I thought you were gonna
What?
promote something.
What am I going
No, I was just confused. I thought you were just going on about.
What's your plug?
Yes,
What's your plug?
I'm telling you why it made me think of
Okay.
it. Of Steve Hughes. I'm not saying I think of a fucking ass. I think of Steve Hughes. This made me think of a bit he does. It's worth really checking out. Worked with this guy, this comedian, this weekend in Kitchener, and I never really watched his stand. Like I said, I only watched stand up live, right? And he's so fucking funny. Ted Morris, Ted Morris. You know him? He's awesome. He killed all weekend, and I want to say check out. There's a new video called Russell Brand called Weekend Man or something like that. Yeah. It's like a 11 minutes long set of. Hang on, I got it here. We can cut this dead time because I'm not fast with this.
How many things am I cutting? Jesus Christ.
Everything.
Just leave it in.
Just delete the whole episode.
Yeah, Russell Brand,
Wipe this one out.
Awakened Man. That's it. It's a video. It's fucking.
So you're plugging 3 things?
Yeah, I did it. I already did it. Done. I did it.
I'm gonna plug comedy at Kaylee every Monday at 9:00.
That's altruistic.
Great show.
Yeah, it's a great show, and if you want free tickets, tweet the Girls Night Out podcast.
Girls,
Dude, it's a free show. Just come
I
to
want to
it.
plug Gavin's acapella group.
Thank you.
It's been taking off lately.
The Gavinettes.
The Gavinettes.
Yeah.
I've been a member for a week.
And
I'm in the trials right
We're
now.
glad to have you.
Thank you. Actually,
We need a
that's-
baritone.
And,
We're glad you stepped in.
yes. So,
Our last baritone, that guy, he died in a drinking and driving accident. He
yeah, I
killed
knew
the
that
family.
guy. So we've been touring all across North America
Yeah, we're doing pretty good.
and Iceland.
Iceland, we have a lot of fans in Iceland.
It's like our biggest demographic.
It's a huge market. You don't think so, but they love multi-racial
barbershop quartets.
quartets
And death metal.
and death metal. But we don't do that. We do multi-racial barbershop.
But like
quartet.
death metal has become such an institution there that there's like a group of youngsters who are starting a counterculture.
What was that term? What does that term use?
Of youngsters.
Yeah, that's the correct term. Actually,
Who
that
are
is
starting a
the most
counterculture.
appropriate term for barbershop.
They're,
quartet.
they're
quartets.
rebelling against the Satanists.
Have you seen Glee?
Yeah.
That's what we do.
That show's huge. In
Except sexier. We are so much sexier.
Iceland.
Yeah? Well, I can see that.
We tear that shit down.
We dress like Chippendale dancers.
Yes, we got a lot of bow ties, lots of suspenders. Leather
leathers.
suspenders.
We call them Lysenders.
Yeah, you should. We do Lysenders because they're attached. Up the back. Lysenders. We do a medley of LaToya Jackson songs that
Okay.
tear down the house. And like people are like, I like LaToya Jackson. I did,
Yeah.
but I never seen LaToya Jackson done so well and so sexy.
We're trying to release LaToya Jackson Unleashed.
Yes.
Full
It's
on-
called LaToya and Jackson Unleashed and unmiked because
Yeah.
we don't use mic.
We don't use microphones.
We use those mountain trumpets.
mountain lions.
Mountain lions.
Or vuvuzelas.
Well, they jump out of the
Amplify.
stage because
That's the end of the show.
that's the end of the show when the mountain lions jump out.
Is it the end of this show? Jesus Christ.
Well, we're trying to do a plug.
Yeah.
yeah.
Could you just relax?
Your career in Iceland is killing right
Well,
now.
it's not just Iceland. We did say North America,
You can check us out at thegavinettes.com.
and we're playing
.org.
Folsom Prison.
Yeah, we're doing that.
We're doing that.
All Johnny Cash covers there.
Yes, with we'll do a little bit of LaToya Jackson. I'm the one that forces LaToya on everyone, but
It's kind
whatever.
of a problem.
But it's good. People love it.
Some people love it. I mean, there's a group of people who love it. Then there's like people who want to see us do the new shit.
Yeah, but the group is really big.
It's not as big as you think. See, this is where the
It
issue
seems
comes
because
in.
I get like 2 or 3 people that come up all the time.
Yeah. 2 or 3 people. I get like 5 people who come up. They're like, "What's with the fucking LaToya
I
Jackson?"
never see those 5.
Yeah, you wouldn't. You wouldn't. You're blind to it. All right, you're blind
Well,
to it.
you know, I would like to see you say nobody wants to hear LaToya Jackson. I say who? these 5 people over here, and there's never anybody.
Empirical. They're always there. They're
No.
there after every
No,
show.
that's you.
Every show.
That's you saying that.
And last show you said we were going to get free drink tickets. I didn't get any drink tickets. I saw you had 4 drinks. You said I was going to get 2 drink tickets. I don't know how the
How
fuck
many
that
people are in the
equal
group? How many people in the band?
There's 4 of us.
There's 4 of us. Who started the band?
You guys forgot that I now have the computer side, and I just turned your mics down very, very slowly. It was a fade out. All right, that's the episode.
Wait, hold on. I got to plug something.
Okay.
BigDeeps.com.
Oh yeah, Jay's blog.
Yeah.
BigDeeps.com. Cool.
Okay. The other thing too is follow us on Twitter, GNO Podcast. Like us on Facebook, and you already plugged Monday, so done with that. There's something on Tuesday. On Wednesday is Amateur Night at Yuck Yucks at 10 with Patrick, and Thursday comedy at Shenanigans at 9 with Mace Gallooni.
Friday, Gavinettes are playing the Opera House.
All right.
Thank you.
Ooh, I'm excited about that one.
I can't wait.
We're all getting circumcised after the show.
Oh, nice. I'll definitely. They're free. I'll be there.
Yeah.
All right. Is that it?
Yeah.
All right. Goodbye.
Bye.